Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Yo, what up, though? How y'all doing today?
And I'm multitasking people. To the far right of me is the Deacon himself. Deacon
Woo. Deacon Woo on the mic. Boss. Let's get it.
Now, sitting right next to me to the right is the beautiful, the talented, the plug. Her name is you.
The plug.
Every morning.
Black excellence personified.
Do it. Multitasking at its finest.
Black excellence.
And I am the janitor, the maintenance man, the toilet bowl washer.
Dig.
Storm on the dinner.
All right.
Now I'm ready. We're going to have a great show today. We're going to talk about some things today. Some of these topics been brought from y'all. We got from y'all, the listeners. People email us topics. They've been emailing us music. Everything. Let that rock, man. Let that rock. I like a good track.
Hip hop, baby.
We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We still got to talk about Monique.
We do.
There's been some backlash to some things she has said from other comedians. There's a lot going on with that situation with Monique and Netflix. We're gonna talk about that. But we're gonna talk about self-sabotage. Self-sabotage. Sometimes you can knock yourself out of your own happiness, out of an opportunity. So we're going to talk about that on the Man Cave Morning Show. Also, we're going to talk about, and it's funny while we're talking about this, but signs that you are in a relationship with your soulmate.
Interesting.
Signs that you are in a relationship with your soulmate.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk about that on the Man Cave Morning Show. So let's give some quick shout outs real quick. Shout out to Terrence McWilliams, Denise Barrow, Garrett Turner, Stephanie Thomas, Derek Green. What's good? Man, Tracy Curry, Dawood. Oh, you here, bro? James Jameson. And everybody that's checking it out. Thea Rock, Russell T. Ara. What's good? Miss Anderson? Stephanie Diaz, Ty Ingram, and so on and so forth. Now we're gonna talk about some things. So I'm gonna start off with my man Deacon. Deacon Wu, what does self-sabotage mean to you?
You be killing me first thing in the morning, boss. Listen, when you're unhappy and not connected to your higher power and dissatisfied at the world and angry, you tend to lash out and pull negative energy towards yourself.
Right.
Self-sabotage means you're destructive and have destructive tendencies pointing in your direction and the directions of other people. So it becomes a cycle. You put something negative out, you put negative energy out, a negative thought out, it comes back to you, and then it affects others around you. And then they become negative, and they have a self-defeating spirit. Without the right perspective, you cannot be successful. And you cannot be successful without humility.
True indeed. Let's clap that up. I'm going to go to the plug. Self-sabotage to you. What does that mean? And shout out to everybody on the check-in. Do you know somebody that they're their own worst enemy? Do you know somebody like that? Are you guilty of self-sabotaging yourself? Always doubting yourself? Always putting yourself down? We want to talk about that. Yo, self-sabotage.
Listen, I take that as you're blocking your own blessings, okay? Because when you're in your own way, like, put aside the haters, put aside people who don't want you to succeed, just you yourself. If you can't focus on yourself, if you can't make sure your own cup is full, then you're self-sabotaging. Like, that's what it is, plain and simple, black and white. Don't block your own blessings. Like, how does that sound?
Exactly. Dr. J, self-sabotage.
Yo, if you've been sitting on this idea and you just got a block, but the people around you trying to critique your idea to make it even better and help you get past that block, but all you could do is just tune everybody out and not want to listen. To me, that's, sabotaging yourself. Having too many constant mental arguments within yourself, not trying to figure out the next level, just, being complacent, being stuck where you at, being stubborn. You know what I'm saying? That's self-sabotage right there. That's what I think about it.
No doubt.
Respect. Especially about being stubborn.
I'm going to keep it simple, man. Just taking away happiness from yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Knocking yourself out of opportunities. And a lot of times we guilty of that, man. Self-sabotage. More shout-outs real quick. Shout out to Patricia Shell Givens. Hey, what's up, sis? Dina C. Frazier. Courtney Bradley. Derek Green. When we create issues that cause ourselves problems now and in the future. Exactly. Shout out to Derek Green.
Shout out Terrence McWilliams. He always hitting us with the Hebrew. He's like,
with the
Good morning,
Hebrew
family.
Respect.
Good morning, family.
Respect.
Good morning to you.
No doubt. So let's talk about some signs. And yo, we gonna break it down like this.
And while you're pulling it, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. Will.
Listen. If you are in a relationship, if you are in a religion, if you are in a job, right, where you're not happy, then you should reevaluate the relationship, the job, or the religion. If 7 days in a week goes by and the only thing that comes across your mind is your suffering,
right,
your misery, or your regrets, and you say your prayers, and you eat your vitamins, and you do your chanting, and you rub your crystal, you do whatever it is that you need to do spiritually,
right?
And happiness does not come out of your practice, change it.
Yes.
Change your job, change your religion, change your mindset, and change your perspective.
Absolutely.
If you are not happy, being happy does not mean you're selfish. It doesn't mean that you're self-absorbed. Work on your happiness and put just as much time into your happiness as you do into your suffering.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
Yes. Well, Deacon and spoke.
Deacon on the mic. Let's get it in the morning. I had my coffee.
So we're gonna go with number one, and we're talking about some signs you're sabotaging yourself, man. And let me pull up number one. You listen to your inner critic.
Go ahead, yo.
Yeah, your inner critic is that little naysaying nag that lives in your head whose sole purpose is to convince you that you suck. If you try to ignore it, you probably know that it's easier said than done. The truth is that your inner critic is a strength that's dialed up too high.
Right.
The solution is, instead of rejecting your inner critic, you can get curious and listen to what it's really trying to tell you. What fears are projecting into the situation? And what do other parts of you have to say in response? I hear that.
Yo, clap that up.
I hear that.
Do we agree with that one?
All the time.
Yeah, definitely.
All the time. You know what? I get overwhelmed sometimes. I think of all the things that I have to do in my head, all these tasks that I need to do to make myself successful, and then I just get so overwhelmed that I don't do any of it. I'll just be like, I'm gonna just go take a nap, okay? And then I wake up the next morning and I just beat myself up about it. It's like, Yolande, you weren't productive yesterday, or if I was, Yolande, you could have been more productive yesterday. And it's just a continuous cycle. Like, us overachievers.
Yes. You know what? And I always replay in my head what I could have done better.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's where I beat myself up. I always replay in my head, I could have done this better, or I could have handled this different. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we got to stop doing that. And it can cause stress. Yep. So that's one instance where you kind of sabotaging yourself. So yeah, let's clap that up.
And also, it says something about fear, right? Allowing fear. There's a line from Dune, the book from Herbert Walker. It's in a movie as well. Fear is the mind killer.
Yes.
It clouds your judgment. So if you're making decisions and if you're moving based upon your fear, right, then you're not accurately seeing your situation for what it is.
No doubt.
You can't be afraid. You got to push past that.
Exactly. Shout out to Yusef Majid on the check-in. What's good? Let's clap it up, man. Shout out to Yusef. Let's go to number two. Number two is you choose the certainty of where you are over the fear of the unknown.
Wow.
Let's break that down.
Listen,
wow.
It's easier to choose a painful certainty than risk the unknown. If you're unhappy in your current situation, no amount of gratitude or affirmations will help if you don't actively choose to make it better. If you're rationalizing, trying to be practical, or you're still thinking things aren't that bad, just remember most people only take action when the pain of their current situation becomes greater than the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
The solution? You can wait till you hit rock bottom, or you can cut to the part where you just embrace change.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to embrace change. Nothing really stays the same. Nothing, just like we are born and we die. So nothing really stays the same. You got to just, come to that comfort zone with yourself that, what, this thing about me or this situation I am is changing. It is different.
Here's what a mantra, that's just something that I say over and over again. This is why my practice of Buddhism is so beautiful and so difficult and simple. You are responsible for the condition of your life. If you're not happy where your life is, you're responsible to change it. Guess what? Fear is going to be with you.
Yes.
So is doubt.
Absolutely.
So is pain.
Absolutely.
Change your perspective and accept the responsibility for where you are.
True indeed.
If you're not accepting the responsibility for your life, then you cannot change. You are not what happened to you. Life is unfair. Woe is me. I get it. But guess what? It's 24 hours in a day. Choose to maximize that and push forward for yourself.
Absolutely.
That's what God wants you to do with your life.
True indeed. True indeed. Shout out to Julius Gray on the check-in. Good morning, bro.
Jay Gray.
Yeah, shout out to Tracy Sunshine Tucker. I just like that name, Tracy Sunshine Tucker.
Trey, that's my peoples.
Julie said, I used to fear the unknown, but not anymore.
Dig it.
That fear will hold you back from a blessing that is waiting for you.
Hear you.
Yes.
Hear you.
The unknown is an opportunity.
Deacon
not to be afraid
Julius.
of.
Deacon Julius.
Dig it.
No, listen.
Hashtag Deacon.
I'm gonna piggyback off that. Listen, life happens outside your comfort zone. Okay, I know I personally feel weird when I get complacent. Like if I don't tackle a new project, sometime soon within a certain time period, I feel like I'm not doing anything with my life right now. Like I feel weird, and so. Yeah, it's scary to do things that you're not comfortable with, but I mean, just like you said, blessings is on the other side.
No doubt.
You're only gonna be a turtle if you keep living in that shell, bro.
Woo! Talk about it,
Julian.
Talk about it. We gonna go to. No, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong. Don't read that, y'all. I'm bugging. All right, read this one. You procrastinate. I was on the wrong topic.
Oh boy,
you procrastinate. I'm not gonna beat myself up about it.
That's funny. Well, this is funny what they said. Procrastination is a lot like masturbation. It's great until you realize you're fucking yourself.
So true. That's true. Facts. Crass, but you get the point.
Listen,
I was actually thinking that too.
That's funny. The solution is identify the limiting belief that's preventing you from taking action. Then act as if. Ask yourself, what would someone who isn't afraid to do? What would someone who isn't afraid do? Acknowledge your discomfort and act anyway. There you go.
True indeed. Let's clap that up. You procrastinate. Yes, a big self-sabotager right there. And let me tell you, I see that a lot in the entertainment industry with producers and songwriters and whatever. It's like we'll hold on to something. Artists, period. We'll make something, something what we feel as though it's some good work or a masterpiece, and we won't put it out there to everybody. We won't put it out there to the world. We keep holding on to it. We're tweaking it. Oh, maybe this could be better. We're tweaking it. No, let me change this here. Let me do this. And we try to be such a perfectionist that we're actually taken away from the masterpiece of it. From what makes it great, what makes it authentic. Sometimes you got to have the baby. It's what I call just have the baby. Stop holding on to the baby. It's 11 months now. You had the baby inside your stomach.
Yes, agreed.
Let go of the baby, man.
Yes.
Birth that baby.
Yes.
Stop holding on. Sometimes let it go and put it out there to the rest of the world. Because what you think may be a mistake or error or a problem, the rest of the world may love it. Sometimes you just gotta have that baby.
I gotta get on that. First of all, have the baby, right? The baby is immature when it's formed. And as time goes on, it grows up and it matures. But you can never mature unless you give birth. So I agree 100%. The second thing is, the difference between your potential and your result is the action you take. Do something. Get your ass up out of the bed.
Yes.
Put your feet on the ground and go, I have now taken the first step to whatever. Listen, I got to get personal. I was sitting on my couch watching people like you 6 months ago. What? Right? Mad as hell. Talking about, I think I can do. Look. That's why your fat behind was on the couch, Dawood. I had a lot of potential, but took no action to get here. Listen, take your first step.
Yes.
Stop being afraid. On the other side of fear is reward. Let's get it.
Do you know how many people that listen to this show have so much talent, skill, or have a great business or service or product or something like that, and they procrastinate and they're scared to take that next step? You know what I'm saying? And they wait around and they second guessing themselves and they like, I make these great cakes and stuff like that, but such and such want to sell it in their store, but I don't know, because maybe they might find out how I make these cakes and they start doing it themselves. So I'm not going to put it in their store. Such and such want to give me $20,000 to help grow my business or whatever like that. I don't want to take that money or whatever, because then it's going to become their business or whatever or something like that. Sometimes sometimes you have to team up with other people to make your vision great.
Yes.
Right? You have to.
Yes.
You can't do it by yourself. And that's
Yes.
the biggest myth in the world, that I can do it all by myself. No, you need someone. You know, so stop procrastinating. Take that chance, man.
And you know how many people that I try to give an opportunity to be on the show, you know what they say? I'm not ready. Maybe next time. And I think to myself, wow, as though I'm ready to be doing what I'm doing.
Right.
Look, I'm getting better at this, right? But I'm not 100% ready. But with that knowledge, I work harder. Right. You gotta get into the listen. You gotta put yourself out there. And guess what? If you put yourself out there, other people are going to be critical of you.
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. You can't get around it. And people are going to play a hate. Right? If you put yourself out there and you live your dream, right? There will be a Dawood from the past sitting on his couch sniping at you. I'm off the couch, Duke. I'm off the couch. I'm up, out, and running, stumbling and fumbling, right? So don't let player haters, right, pull you down. And people that love you, General, but got the potential that they're not actualizing.
Right.
So now they're sniping at you. They sniping at your success. They sniping at the show. They trying to put enmity between you and your. You follow me?
Right.
Yo, you gotta watch that, man.
Let's get some shout outs. Shout out to Lisa Kinnick Williams. Shout out to Everett Boatwright. Everett, what's good, bro? Shout out to T Berry, Latanya M Smith. Yes. Shout out to Pie Lady, Kwane, what's good? Shout out to Denise. Good morning. And Latanya M. Smith says, Storm, on my next day off, I'm going to bring some T-Berry Sangria for the show. Yes, we welcome that here.
Let's get it.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
You're on the air. We're going to big you to that.
She ain't procrastinating. She promoting her product.
Thank you.
Listen.
She ain't sabotaging herself.
You know what other people do to procrastinate every morning? They procrastinate calling into the Man Cave Morning Show. Listen, our lines are always open.
And that number is
646-233-1302.
We say again.
646-233-1302. Yes, call into the show. Tell us an experience where you may have sabotaged yourself. Or you know somebody that's sabotaging themselves.
There you go.
Yo, that was a good alley hoop for that one.
I had to set y'all up for the
ran off on the plug twice.
You learned it from the General, Jack. Plug Jack.
She took the ball. She held on to it.
She didn't number out there. Call.
Yo.
You too can call the show.
Yo, that joint was icy.
Icy Gray, another sponsor of the show.
Another sponsor
of the show.
So if you are joining us, we are talking about today signs you are sabotaging your own happiness. You're sabotaging yourself. And what we on? Number 4.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Number 4. Wow. Number 4 is you're afraid of failure.
Jeez.
How many can attest to this? You're afraid of failure.
I used to be, yes, very much so. Used to be afraid of it. Not anymore.
Listen, that is nothing more than a desire to feel safe. The problem is that it also keeps us stagnant. We tend to forget that making a mistake doesn't make you a failure. See differently, it's nothing more than a helpful, unpleasant learning experience. Ask yourself, here's a solution. What did I learn? What worked? What worked? How can I fine-tune things the next time? And if you feel like you're the only one who's ever failed, look at every artist, entrepreneur, virgin. You'll be in great company.
Yes. And I tell this story all the time. I know Squad, you're going to be like, we know. But no, one of my mentors is Kathy Hughes of Radio 1, TV 1.
Right.
She is the CEO, the founder of Radio 1.
Yep.
Extraordinary woman, but she actually is my mentor. She tried over and over again. They told her no. She wanted to do a talk radio show in a time where music was all you really heard on the air. And she started her own talk radio show, and it became one of the best shows on that particular network. So she wanted to take that and say, you know what, I'm going to take this show and build a whole radio station, starting with my show. So she went out, she tried to get investors. She went out to like 33 different banks. All of them said no. Each one said no, we're not giving you the loan. No, we're not giving you the money. No, we're not giving you an investment. That 34th bank investor, private, said, we're going to give you the money. We're going to buy into your vision. So you You can't be afraid. You can't be afraid. You can't give up on yourself, your dream, your goals, your vision, whatever. You'll keep pushing. And this is why I love Kathy Hughes. Look at what she built for African American media. Look at what she built for African American media.
Yep.
I think they're like 88 Radio 1 stations.
That's incredible.
Across the country.
That is incredible.
TV 1, we all know.
That's incredible.
And her and her son run it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kathy Hughes.
And to follow up on General, invest in yourself. Investment is not just money. It's time and it's thought process. How much time do you spend thinking about your success? How much time do you spend planning and then executing the plan? It is money, right? I got you. But you also have to invest time into what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Time, your time. Because guess what? How much time we spend working for someone else? Getting to work is time.
Yes.
Working there is time. Leaving is time, and complaining about your job is time.
Yes.
So if I spend 10 hours a day with the work, do I spend 10 hours on my dream? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. And that's why we don't get anywhere. Right?
Absolutely.
Because we give our time, our most precious asset, away to someone else that doesn't have our best interest at heart.
Yes.
Plug, black business.
No doubt. No doubt. So we're going to go into the next one. What are we on, number 5?
Yes. You can't forgive your past screw-ups. Sure, you've made mistakes, lots of them. Hopefully you learn from them, but if you're still holding on to the pain and guilt instead of surrendering and forgiving yourself, it may be time to develop passion. It can be painful and challenging, but it's the first step to letting go of your old story and writing a new one. The solution is you have to release it. Beating yourself up simply ensures you'll never move forward. Do not beat yourself up about it.
Yes.
Time to develop compassion.
Compassion.
For yourself.
Yes.
Right.
How many of you out there listening, you just beat yourself up over and over? You just don't forgive yourself for something you have done that may have kind of messed things up for you,
Right.
whatever. I've been there. I've been there. I'm like, damn, why did I do that? Or why did I say that? You know, or why did I handle that situation this way over and over? And I'm focusing on that negative so much that I can't move forward, you know, and I become stagnant, you know what I'm saying? And then once you release that and I let it go, you know what I did before was what I did before. I'm gonna correct the problem, I'm gonna fix that problem, and that's never gonna happen again. I'm moving on, I'm moving forward.
In general, you have to have the courage to do that, and you have to have the courage to change your perspective. Many religions say the worse you feel about yourself, right? The worse you are, the closer you are to God. The more you suffer, I'm suffering, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, right? Change the perspective.
Yes.
God does not fail. God is love, and he's also perfection. Right? So this idea that we have to suffer to get what we want. I have to to prove to you that I'm worthy, I must suffer first. Right? To prove that I'm worthy, I need to have proper intention and take proper action that is not based on fear. Move on. And if you got a God that you serve that says all you have to do is suffer and that's it,
right?
Probably want to change that.
Right.
Listen, you can't change the past. There's nothing you can do to change it. All you can do is change the future. So there's no point in just dwelling on it. Like, if you're gonna dwell on it, it's to make moves. It's to make changes to be better. That's the only reason why you should dwell on it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And if you so worried about, like, you know, freaking out because you might make a mistake, understand that mistakes are okay. Life isn't gonna be perfect. Sometimes you gotta make an aggressive mistake and learn from it. And then other times when you actually have the time to think about what you're gonna do, use that time to properly think about your actions before you act. So this way you have less regret. Live life like you're playing chess. Think about your moves. Understand the options that you have before you make a play. You know what I'm saying?
Dr. J, what is an aggressive mistake? What is that? I like that. You said it. You just said it.
So an aggressive mistake is something that I learned online. While you're learning something, you might not entirely know it all together. But in the moment when you know you're about to mess up, don't pause and try to correct it. Just make the mistake.
Oh, okay.
And then when you learn
Lean
from
into
that,
it. Lean into the mistake.
Right, just lean into it.
Yes.
It's like if you're going into the brick wall, you know it's probably going to hurt.
It is.
Going into the brick wall.
Brace
So you
yourself.
might as well
Brace
just
yourself.
go into the brick
Brace
wall
yourself.
and brace
And hit
yourself.
it, 'cause
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
life.
That's life.
Life is
You
a
make
brick
an
wall on
aggressive
your ass.
mistake, and then when you reevaluate the
Yes.
situation,
Yes.
then you say,
Yes.
"All right, I knew I messed up right there. So now when I'm gonna do this again, I know at that point I have to pay more attention to what I'm doing at that point, so I don't make the same mistake at that point, and move forward and be progressive that
Absolutely.
way."
Absolutely.
General, our young people speak. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
No
I
doubt.
love my young people.
No doubt. Shout out. Let's break some stuff down. David E. Lee, welcome to the show. He said good advice. Audrey Thomas is in the building. Said yes, Julian. This is why I'm hiding the machete from myself.
Yo, shout out to my godmother for being crazy.
Wow.
Yes.
Love from New York.
Yes. Shout out to
All the
Paula.
way from Brooklyn, though.
Yeah. Shout out to Paula on the check-in. Shout out to Audrey. Shout out to Tracy.
Mother Paula. Tracy.
Sunshine Tucker. She said, "Own it." Yep. Prince Bannister joined.
Yes, own it.
Yes. Very, very good responses. The past is the past. Learn from it. Julius Gray said. Shout out to Julius. Michelle Bowers has joined us. But shout out to everybody on checking, man. And shout out to everybody listening right now to us on YouTube, watching us on Twitter, watching us on Periscope, watching us on Ustream, and the mother site, WBKS1.com.
The mother site.
Yeah, a lot of people on the check-in, man. We want to say thank you to everybody. If you're just joining us, we're talking about 15 signs you're sabotaging yourself. 15 signs you're sabotaging yourself. We went to lifehack.org and pulled some of these signs right here. And so we're going to give you some of the signs. We're on number what, yo?
We are number 6. You try to control everything.
Number 6, you try to control everything. Wow. Let's break it down.
While that deep need for control kept me safe, it also kept me stuck. Surrendering an outcome taught me that letting go of what I want creates the space for bigger and better things to flow into my life. The solution: trying to control things blocks you from growth and acceptance. Change what you can, surrender what you can't, and know the difference. That's the prayer we pray all the
let's
time.
wrap that up.
No, nor would I be praying, right? And we'll be like, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
That's right.
The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes. You can't control every situation. Sometimes you got to relinquish control, all right, in order to see things clearly or a different way. And we got to stop that. Sometimes, it's like, okay, I may be the manager or the boss at the station or whatever like that, but I realize I can't control every situation. So when I relinquish some control, I'm more open to other ideas, to other ways of doing things, or may hear something that may better my situation. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's okay not to be in control.
Right.
Agreed. You got to let go. You have to let go. Agreed.
And shout out, let's read some more comments. Shout out to Licia Akins. Hey, Licia, what's good? Shout out to Nicole Fitz Wilson. What's good, Nicole? Shout out to Tina Ortiz. What's up, cuz?
Shout out Paula. She says greetings from Trinidad, sunny and bright. I'm jealous.
I'm jealous too. Wish we're in Trinidad.
Right, because you got
get
the
the
sun,
show going
we
to
got
Trinidad with rain
and allergies.
No doubt.
Yo.
Okay, what we on? Number what?
We are on
7.
number 7. You're codependent.
You're codependent.
Ooh,
wow.
Sheesh.
Read the
if
first.
you rely on others for happiness, you're blocking your ability to give it to yourself. Your relationships with others should mirror the happiness and love you have for yourself. Prioritizing yourself isn't selfish. If you ever put others first and then resented them for it, you have yourself to blame. Sounds harsh, but sometimes setting a boundary is the best way to avoid an emotional hangover. The solution: quit waiting to be saved. It's time to save yourself.
Yes.
Don't gloss over that your happiness is not dependent upon someone else. Happiness is internal. It is not selfish, and you have to work for it. And don't gloss over this. Stop waiting to be saved.
Yes.
God is all right. You need to be saved. God does not. You need to be saved.
True indeed.
Okay? Stop waiting for someone else to do that, please.
Yeah.
That's not sacrilegious, and it's not selfish. Take it in your own hands, right? And move forward on your own steam and your own power, and ask for God's help and his wisdom and his guidance. But if you're just sitting on the couch, nothing's ever going to change.
Yes.
Your happiness is your concern, not mine. You don't define me, I define myself.
Exactly. Welcome, Danielle Spencer, to the show. If you're just joining us, we're talking about signs you're sabotaging yourself. You know, have you ever been through a situation where you actually sabotage yourself? Or maybe you're sabotaging an opportunity for yourself, or you're sabotaging your own happiness. We're talking about that this morning on the Man Cave Morning Show.
General, if I got tip $5 million instead of 500,000, I'd be happy.
right. Exactly.
Bang bang.
Exactly. Shots fired.
Yes.
Shots fired. We're gonna go.
Yes.
We're gonna go to the next one. Is number 8.
Number 8, sir. You're exhausted from doing things you don't want to do. If your social life is more exhausting than exciting, then it may be time to reevaluate your obligations. Sure, it may seem like you need to stop by your second cousin's Christmas party, but if you aren't making time for yourself, you're likely to burn out faster than it takes you down to the eggnog. Oh my gosh. The solution is choose where to invest your energy. Still feel the pull of obligation? Ask yourself, what would someone with self-compassion do in this situation?
Yes.
Self-compassion.
You're exhausted doing things you don't want to do. How many times have you overextended yourself? So your main focus may be you're focusing on being a dancer, or your main focus is you're focusing on being a singer. You're focusing on something, whatever, and then you get people constantly pulling you away from your focus.
Yep.
Yo, can you come to my party and come hang out with me and the girls and blah 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 blah. Yo, come with me to movies, girl. Oh, you got to see this new Taraji movie, blah 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 blah. And you're supposed to be doing something. So you become less productive. You become less productive at what you are supposed to be focusing on. And you become exhausted. So you're burning yourself out from focusing on your own vision, on your own passion, because you're doing other things for other people. And you're not focused on you.
Guilty of
And if there is a person, an activity, a religion, a hobby, or an addiction, listen, that while you're doing it, drains your energy, if does not give you your energy.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
I know you're tired. I got you. You didn't get enough sleep last night. But no matter how tired I am, when Norm goes, whoa, I'm like, no. If the activity gives you energy, it's probably you're on your purpose.
Right.
I know you got to work. I know you got to make money. I understand all that. But you better get something out there that meets your purpose, because that's where God is. Energy comes from purpose and God coming together. So if you're around a person that constantly drains you all the time, if you're in an activity, if your job constantly drains you, get another job, get another friend, get another life, get another God, a religion, and everything else to match what your passion is.
Absolutely.
You'll see God there.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's clap it up for that. Welcome, Melody. Hey, Melody Bell. What's good?
Yeah, no, the only reason you should be exhausted is because you just walked out the gym, okay?
Yes.
And sometimes you don't even need to go to the gym, okay? You better hit them squats while you applying your lotion in the morning.
Let me tell you.
You better do them wall sits while you texting your friend. Like, it starts in the household. Then you can go to the gym.
Yeah, and first of all, I'm excited when I wake up in the morning. I'm like, woo, God gave me another chance to make it right.
I agree. And then I get to come here, I'm excited.
Yes.
Let's get it.
Yeah, so I do not complain about walking. I can be dead tired, not feeling well, but I do not complain about coming to work every day or whatever, because
this is your passion.
Yes.
And your purpose.
If the first thing you do in the morning is complain about, I got all this extra to do, and you can't be appreciative for the first second of waking up that you're up, then you need to readjust your whole mindset and readjust your whole perspective to how you're approaching your day, because that's a negative way to approach your day. You never know what's going to happen in your day. So you got to be appreciative, number one, of the fact that you was able to get up and see this light and smell this air and feel these feelings from all your all of your 5 senses and stop being so negative, bro.
Yeah.
Dr. J, I love you. If your first thought is not appreciation, if when you open your eyes you're not appreciative, something is wrong.
Yeah.
You have to course correct and change. If appreciation, if that's not where you at, you're wrong. The only person that could change that is you. Because all life is one opportunity, one big opportunity. That's all it is.
Yes.
That's all it is. So
Yes.
thank you, Jay, for saying you have to be appreciative for what you have. Stop freaking complaining.
Yes,
If you
yes.
don't appreciate it, go back to sleep and wake back up.
Th-
Okay, start over.
Yes.
Start over.
Get back to your ass back
Slap
in the bed.
yourself real quick.
And
Here.
come and see me when you're appreciative. If not, get out my face.
Danielle was like, "It's okay to say no. You don't have to be nasty about it, but you don't have to do everything with
Yes.
everybody."
Yes. Yes.
I hear you. And she
No
al-
is power.
She also says Danielle also says, "Ain't life grand when you find your passion?"
Yes.
Beautiful,
There you go.
beautiful thing. Shout out to, clap that up. Shout out
Ain't
to
life grand when you
Nancy.
find your
Hey,
passion.
Nancy.
Nancy was
Nancy
like,
Stone
"Let them
Johnson.
know. Appreciate life."
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Appreciation Tuesday.
Yes.
Denise is like, "Be grateful every day." Shout out
Yes.
Denise because she hit my email and she gave me some great questions. Okay, so
And we gonna
these
rock
next
with
couple
them.
days we're gonna rock with these. Paula is like, "Gratitude is the new attitude. Use the power of the tongue to command your morning." There you go.
Life and death and the power of the tongue. That's
There
right.
you go.
Scripture.
Prince was like, "Release the stress. The truth is, you are never in control anyway. I have learned that people that feel they have to be in control has fear. I wake up each morning asking God to guide and direct my daily path."
Yes.
There you go.
Can I get a witness?
Hello, and Julius. Julius is like, "What I do keeps me up for hours, and I love it. This is my passion, creating and drawing. I don't even look at what I do as work, but I love what I do. I look forward to waking up and getting at it."
Absolutely.
Jay hit me up. I said, "What you doing?" He said, "Drawing." I said,
Figures.
I know. What else is Julian do? I'm drawing now.
Listen, apparently we got a comic book coming out, so
Yeah, we
shoot.
do. And some graphic designs he's working for
No
on
doubt.
this for us show.
Yo, I can't wait to see that when it drops, bro. We gonna be looking like some funny cartoon characters,
all
bro.
good.
Listen,
Jay Gray can draw.
No, I need a new Avi on Instagram, okay? So I wouldn't mind a cartoon Avi. Let's talk.
And work on mine first.
I mean, my mind.
Selfishness.
What we on, number 8?
Number
Or
9.
Number 9?
Yeah, number 9 is you blame others. Ooh, man.
Read that.
You blame others.
Bam.
We got to stop the show on this one.
I blamed someone else for something that was my fault.
Gender
and everything
bias.
I blame for myself is someone else's fault. This is that teaches you two things. Culpability doesn't change the situation, and no matter whose fault or who takes responsibility, you have the ability to change the situation. It's easy to get caught in the "I wish things were different" cycle, but that's what always keeps you stuck. The solution is to take responsibility, not simply for what happened, but for what you choose to create.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Clap that up.
Yes.
You blame others. I see so many situations. I could sit up here and blame somebody for why this didn't go right, or why this situation didn't go right, or whatever, or this relationship didn't work out, or whatever. No. Not even going to do that. You got to take account. It's called taking accountability.
Yeah.
You know, you got to take accountability for your own actions and your own choices that you make in life. You got to stop pointing the finger.
Yeah,
I can't
definitely.
stand when people always pointing the finger when something. I mean, we got a president that's like that. He never takes accountability for anything.
Yes.
He's always blaming others for things going wrong in his administration.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we got to stop that, people. Stop pointing the finger all the time and look in the daggone mirror and say, you know what? It was up to me whether I wanted to do this or not. It was up to me whether I wanted to roll this way or not, whatever like that. I can't really blame nobody but myself. Stop pointing the finger.
And to follow up on something General said about 5 minutes ago about Monique, just going into our next topic. Something happened to Monique. She took some action, right? She's boycotting and she's expressing herself. They offer Wanda Sykes less. You know what she said? No, thank you. That was it.
And she went to
Kept
Epix.
it moving.
And she went to Epix.
What did she do?
She kept shopping around, and then she found a different home at Epix.
Okay. I just need you to repeat that one more time for the 4th time.
Kept it moving.
What did she do?
She kept it moving, and she went and found another home at Epix.
She was offered something. It didn't match the value that she had. So she had another option. She didn't boycott. She didn't say how come. She didn't say I'm valuable. She didn't say you need to do this and you need to do that. When I say Barack, that's all I gotta say. I don't gotta say President of the United States, blah, 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 blah. All you gotta do is say that. So she knew her value, right? And then when it didn't match up to what she wanted, she went someplace else. Very, very simple, isn't it? Thank you. Let's move on.
It's really...
Come on, man. Stop that.
Moving on.
To number 10. 10 is you try
to fix people.
You always try to fix people.
Even if you could change others, you still wouldn't be happy.
Nope. Nope.
Because it's less about fixing and more about feeling safe. Accept others for who they are, not who you'd like them to be. The solution is change what you can control. You. That means to adjust your expectations or let them go.
Exactly. Stop. You know what? Yo, stop being like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, do me a favor. Like saying facts. Is it really fact?
Right.
Is it really fact? You say facts all the time. You say boom.
Right.
There's something blowing up.
Right.
Stop saying it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be more classy
Ooh,
in your
stop
approach.
Stop saying bang bang
or whatever.
Right.
And then you know what? And if you change because of what I just said, you're taking away from being yourself.
Right.
You're becoming an empty shell of what you used to be. So yeah, stop trying to fix other people. I see a lot of people like that. You know, so you always want to fix things. It's a different when you're giving somebody some advice or maybe a better way to possibly do something or whatever, but you're trying to fix people all the time. Cut it out.
And accept others for who they are.
Yep.
Yes.
Guess what? You don't threaten me. Your success, your failure, the money you have, the Learjet you fly. I'm actually very happy for you. Your success does not diminish me. I'm happy for you because I'm happy. So I'm not threatened by you, right? So if you legitimately come and say, hey, Wolf, can you tell me about some things I need to change? Yeah, I'm for self-improvement, right? But I also got to let you be who you are. You're not going to be resentful around me because I don't let you be who you want to be.
Right.
Be who you want to be. And if you don't want to be with me, kick rocks.
Right.
Ain't puts no gun to your head.
On to the next.
Listen, all 2018, I'm trying to mind my own business, okay? Mind my own business, and I'm going to have a platform for y'all to speak on. I'm going to speak for y'all, but other than that,
because you got
it's
so
my
much
old lane.
You got so much business of your own. You don't really got time to be knowing other people's business.
My old lane has so much stress and so much tasks that need to get accomplished. I don't even have time to fix you. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. No one got time for that.
We're going to go on to the next one.
Yeah, the next one is that you're a perfectionist. It's great to do your best, but if your happiness is dependent on the outcome, you set yourself up for disappointment. Nothing is perfect. The solution is you can ask yourself why. Sure, you want to conquer the world, but if you're killing yourself in the process, you may be achieving in order to feel validated and worthy. What can you do to give that to yourself?
And like I said earlier, stop. Sometimes you can be such a perfectionist that you're actually messing up whatever it is that you're a part of, you're working on, because you're being such a perfectionist. So it's something. You ever notice that sometimes some flawed things are actually better?
Yes.
When they have a little flaw,
music, for instance,
or a little mistake. Sometimes the best songs, the greatest hits, came from mistakes made in the studio. I've seen that. Stop trying to be a perfectionist.
And if your happiness is dependent upon that, if your happiness is dependent upon the outcome, that means when you fail, you'll always be unhappy.
Yep.
Well, guess what? If you're going to be unhappy every time you fail, you're going to be unhappy because we fail a lot. We fall down, we get up. Yes, I want to bring the best. I want to be excellent. Right? But happiness is not depending upon the outcome of what I'm working on.
Right.
It's the fact that I'm working on it and living in my purpose.
Yes.
That's what brings me happiness.
True indeed.
And you can't give that to me, or some project, or some money, or some this, or some validation. That's not what's going to make you happy.
Absolutely.
And you know what? You miss the beauty in your growth when you're a perfectionist, okay? Because every day you're trying to conquer yourself and be a better you. And if you just keep nagging at yourself and, nitpicking at yourself, it's like God has seen you come such a far, like you've come a long way, okay? And you can't even appreciate that. Like, how is it God that sees your beauty, but you can't see your own beauty? Like, that's He doesn't want that for you. He doesn't want that for you.
How does God see your beauty, but you don't see it?
Yes.
You know why?
Drop
I'll
the
tell
bomb.
you why.
Drop the bomb on that.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'm gonna back you up and I'm gonna dunk it. Because as people, we always envious. We always
Stop the show.
envious of
Stop
what
the
the
show.
next person
No,
got.
no, stop the show
We
on
don't
envy.
know how to appreciate where
Stop
we're
the show.
at. We don't know how to appreciate the goals that we're setting for ourselves because that's why we always get distracted, bro.
Yes.
You see me walking down the street, I'm doing my thing, and you over there just watching. And you like, damn, I wish I could be like him. Do your own thing.
How much of your unhappiness?
I'm trying to live the best life I could possibly live. You should actually find something of purpose or, work on the things that you need to work on and live your best life and stop being worried about me. Let me do me.
How much of your unhappiness is because you're envious of somebody else, Dr. J?
A lot of people bring that social unhappiness to themselves because they see other people around them celebrating what they're doing, hustling, and you just there stuck like a couch potato watching.
Jay, why would you be mad at somebody else's hustle?
Why
would you be mad at somebody else's hustle? No, why would you be?
I get you.
Because your ass ain't hustling.
Exactly.
That's why. Because if you was hustling, you would not have time to worry about somebody
else.
And some people
don't be that person that's gonna be stuck. Being the couch potato. Watching me do what I do.
Keep
and
watching.
Then want to come in my ear and tell me how I could do it better. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Exactly.
Please tell me what are you doing.
And some people are so busy trying to sabotage others, they never get off the ground. And they sabotaging their own self. You can sabotage yourself by trying to sabotage others.
Yes.
So
I got Julius Gray. Oh, Julius like another yoism. You're
Dig it.
funny.
Dig it.
Danielle was like my amateur psych moment. There is some psychology behind being a perfectionist because they never achieve it, so that's not the goal. I think it's a control issue from childhood. I hear that.
Trying to go after something you'll never achieve.
Right.
Dr.
To
Danielle
remain in
There you
control.
go. And then
She's not just a doctor of animals, but of people too. Sorry.
Follow was like, the destination might be the same, but our paths are always different. We don't learn our lessons the same way.
Queen Mother.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And Julius was like, alley-oop to Dr. J, and he slams it home.
Sky hooking Dr. J in the house.
Exactly.
Love that.
We're going to go on to number, and if you're just joining us, we're talking about signs you're sabotaging yourself. All right. And again, this is from lifehack.org. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I went on the wrong one. My bad. 15 signs you're sabotaging your happiness.
Okay.
We're at 12.
Yeah, we're at 12 already?
Let's get it.
No,
3 to go.
Flying through these.
Go ahead.
You compare yourself to others. They often say comparison is a thief of joy. In actuality, it's an act of violence. You may choose to believe that you are in lack and that others are living amazingly abundant, kick-ass lives. But the truth is that you have no clue what's going on behind their trendy Facebook check-ins and perfectly put together outfits. The jealousy you feel is less about what the other person has and more about what you perceive you do not have. The solution is realize that the comparison is not about the other person, but a tool to tell you what you want in life. Inspiration is a healthy byproduct of jealousy. That's true.
Yeah,
Inspiration is a healthy byproduct.
Be inspired, not jealous. Green-eyed bandit can't stand it.
Yeah. You stupid.
I can't stand you, man.
Whoa.
Green-eyed bandit can't stand
That's
it.
right.
That's hilarious.
You shout out. Yeah, you can't live your life comparing yourself to others, man.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the biggest mistake we make in life is trying to keep up with the Joneses. Oh man, I
do it.
I want what they got. Look at how they're doing this and doing that. I want to do it just like that.
Right.
You know, and that's sometimes that's the worst thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? Because you lose yourself in the process. Yep. You know, you actually lose yourself in the process. And it's funny. That's just like I'll compare that to one time somebody told me it was a person that I reached out to helped me learn how to play the piano. And I wanted to learn how to play the piano and the keys. And the person actually said, you know what? You're a producer. You make dope hip-hop music, dope R&B music without knowing theory and how to play the keys.
Okay.
I think if you learn how to play the keys now, your sound is going to change.
Wow.
You're not going to be as dope.
Wow.
So don't try to be like, I was trying to be like this other dude over here that can play the keys and fluently. That's not me. I play just enough to make a record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, Norm, your whole sound may change. And I listen. So stop trying to compare yourself to others, man.
Listen, there's beauty and there's beauty and joy in seeing what you've created come to fruition. All right. But you can't create what someone else has already created. Like, how are you going to be proud of something that you made when you didn't make it? That doesn't make any sense. You have to really dig deep, really go into your psyche and figure out what you really want and what visions you have. Like, you have dreams for a reason. You go into sleep, you see your name in lights. Like, you think you're gonna see your name in lights if you're biting off somebody else? That doesn't make any sense. Like, you're not gonna be proud of that.
And have the courage to be yourself. Yeah. If you're your authentic self, listen, and you put that out there, you're gonna get criticism. That just is what it is. Okay? Have the courage to speak your truth. If you're wrong, say thank you, I'm wrong, and let me change.
Yes.
But don't be afraid to be you or look at someone else and think that they are better than you or whatever.
Yes. Read some comments.
Yeah, Danielle,
I'm sorry.
Okay. Danielle was like, no clue. I think of church when we are all dressed in our best, but never know what anyone is going through at home.
Woo!
Audrey was like, people fail to realize that the Joneses they are envying and following are in deep debt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yes, Audrey.
Death.
Yes.
There you go.
Talk about it.
And Terrence, like, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's property, wife, cattle, etc. Yep.
Thou shalt not covet.
Yep.
Exactly.
See, that's a sin.
Exactly.
That's a sin.
Dress up in our best and not knowing what the other person is going through. But they look good dying.
Yeah.
And you envying that death?
Exactly. Which one? Where we at now? Number 13.
13.
Woo. You worry too much about what others think.
Guilty.
You worry too much about what others think.
Most people determine how they're doing by consciously or unconsciously soliciting other people's opinions. And since you're hardwired to impress people, you're usually trying to please those who can't be moved. The solution? The other people's views are not more relevant than your own. It doesn't matter if they are older, more successful, or better educated. Their opinion is simply that, an opinion, nothing more.
Can you?
What?
I just wanted to see that again.
You want to see that again?
Yes, internalize that one. That's true. I'm personally guilty of it, but that's just because, we're in the public eye, having a platform, like, people, their views resonate with us, and I always want to know what you guys think, and because we're here for you guys. It's not just us. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing it for you guys. So it's like, I'm always worried about, like, what are the fans going to like? What topic should we talk about that you think that's going to be a hit, But sometimes, I guess, we got to sit back.
You know what? And I get what you're saying. I've been doing this so long. It's like, I care about what people think. But at the end of the day, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there. And anything you put out there into the world, either people are going to embrace it.
Or not.
And you can't worry about it. I learned you can't worry about what everybody thinks. Imagine the celebrities out there that would worry about every comment that somebody makes about them on social media.
Right.
Or Twitter or Instagram or whatever like that. They would drive themselves crazy.
Yep.
They would freak out. They would burn out. They would be in a mental institution. You cannot sit up there and be concerned what everybody picks apart about you.
Yes.
You cannot be concerned with it. And I built the mechanism within myself to not really care about what people think about how I do things. But it depends on the people. I care about what my family thinks. I care about what the people closest to me thinks. Other than that, I gotta live. I gotta do me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do me. I can't sit up here and go through with a fine comb. Oh, this person thinks this about me. Oh, this person says this about me. Oh, this person thinks I should do this. This one, whatever like that. I'm not gonna freak myself out and cause myself to go crazy.
And also, I realize that I'm not above correction. That's number one. I realize that I can be arrogant because I'm human. What I'm not going to let you do is you steal my joy, right? Yep. Because I don't know everyone's intentions, right? You know how much feedback I get about things I post, things I say, things I this, things like that. I do have to self-evolve and self-correct. That's true. But what I'm not going to do is allow your hatred, bitterness, ulterior motive, jealousy. I don't know what you're into. So guess what? I'm gonna do me. Sometimes that might appear arrogant, right? But it's not arrogance when I'm communing with God. God, I don't want to be arrogant. God, I want to stand on my square. But the bigger this platform gets, the more opinions that you get. The reason you're here is because you're yourself.
Yep.
If you let someone else take apart who you are, you're no longer going to be here.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we welcome criticism and everything else, but at the end of the day, like you said, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. If it's true criticism that's constructive, then I'm going to listen to it.
Absolutely.
Right. But if it's not, kick rocks.
Absolutely.
Kick them.
Yeah, Paula was like, oh yeah, that's number one. When you're dependent on other people's opinions, that's a mental slavery trap. Ooh. Someone else's opinion of me is none of my business. Get that and you'll be liberated for life and success. # know thyself.
So you can become a slave to what other people think.
Yeah.
Instead of being free, you can put yourself back in bondage.
Absolutely. Words have power.
Go ahead.
Words have big power.
That's why you got to control social media. Don't let social media control you. Hello?
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Danielle was like, that's cool that you are concerned about your listeners. Chances are, if it resonates with you, then we will rock with you because we have the same struggles and joys.
Thanks,
Never arrogant.
Thank you, Dr.
I think
D.
you
Absolutely.
have passion, Woo.
Thank you, D. That means so much to me. So much.
Absolutely.
Working on it.
Yeah, and we tell everybody, please, if you have anything you would like us to discuss,
bring it to the table.
Topics or whatever, bring it to the table. We'll, again, this platform is for you.
And you can reach us at 646-233-1302.
Yes.
You like that? I'm learning.
Your experience on a topic or something we're discussing, please feel free to call in. This is the Man Cave Morning Show. If you just joined us, we're talking about signs you're sabotaging yourself. Stop sabotaging yourself, yo. You shutting yourself down.
We wrapping it up.
Stop doing it to yourself. Yes, we are number
14. We're at 14. And you're afraid to ask for help.
Woo! Big one, people.
Nobody knows everything. Nobody. Most people simply fake it.
Most people simply fake it.
Fake it till you make it, man.
In a world that encourages self-sufficiency, most of us avoid being vulnerable at all costs. It's a manifestation of fear. Whether it's a desire to seem perfect, the fear of abandonment, or the need to be liked. The solution is there's no weakness in asking for help. Just be sure to ask the right people. Ask the person who has what you want, your partner, friends, parents,
I've seen people be homeless, will sleep in their car because they don't want to ask a relative, can I stay with you for the night? Or they don't want to ask a friend, can I stay with you for the night?
And the friend doesn't know that they're homeless. They don't even know.
Yes.
You can't help them because they don't know.
I've seen people sit in the dark in their house.
I used to be like that.
In their house because the lights have gotten turned off because they didn't have enough money to pay the electric bill. And the bill was probably $100 or $150. They would not ask anybody, can you loan me $150? Because I want to get my lights turned back on. It is this, pride. This is why pride is one of the sins.
It is a sin.
Yeah.
Pride,
it really is.
Pride, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to let that go and just embrace someone wanting to help you. It is nothing wrong with someone wanting to help you. Anything I got in my life, it's because someone has offered to help me, whether it be knowledge, whether it be money, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be creating an opportunity for me, anything that I have right now, and I'm not ashamed to say, and I'm not too arrogant to say that somebody has helped me somewhere along the line. To this day, I'm still being helped. The people that are sitting right next to me have helped me. I have helped them. There is no shame in saying that at all.
Yes, definitely.
You know, I gotta laugh at that. To follow up, General. We talk about relationships a lot, and me and Norm love to go back and forth with women, relationship topics and men and women and sexuality, right? I'll scream and yell for 5 minutes. You women this, you women that. You'll sit back and listen.
Yeah.
Won't even cut me off.
Nope.
And then she'll be like, right? And then then after she goes, she corrects me, and I go, I stand corrected. So now I got to disregard all of that bull crap I just said for the last 5 minutes when you'll be like, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
Not all of it. Not all of it.
Right?
You can keep some of it.
So you can, but I need help. Just because I'm screaming and yelling, I could be screaming and yelling something wrong.
Yeah.
Help me to be right. That's the issue. The issue is that we get. That's why I love this platform. I love this boss because he gives us an opportunity to be wrong. He'll sit silently by until we stumble upon what's right. Yep. Instead of, this is my station and I need you. No. He just sit there and listen.
Yep.
And then help us, and then because he's not afraid. You understand? You know what I'm trying to say?
Listen, yeah. Julius was like, stop looking for validation in the wrong places. This is the right place to find validation.
Yeah,
right
you're right.
Absolutely.
Right here on the Man Cave Morning Show, BKS1 Radio.
And
find validation.
And Audrey was like, that depends. If you took the rent, light, etc. money to gamble, buy that $500 shoe, then stay in the dark house on that car.
Who said that?
Audrey
like,
had that experience.
Yo, that's that Brooklyn in her boy.
Credit Joker. Grimy ass knocker.
That's a fact. That is absolute fact.
I'm forbidden for saying the N-word.
We're on the last knocker.
And there we go. Let's wrap it up. With you don't savor the good stuff. It's easy to focus on problems, what's going wrong, the crazy-ish that people do. In fact, we overwhelm ourselves with it, making it nearly impossible to see the good stuff. But the solution is, next time something good happens, stop and appreciate it.
Yes.
Slow down and savor it. Notice the nuances, the sights, sounds, smells. Make the moment amazing.
Yes.
Facts.
Absolutely. Clap that up.
Facts.
So again, we talked about today, you just joining us for the first time, signs you're sabotaging yourself. And we gave y'all a few of the signs that you may need to look out for, because you could be hurting yourself and taking away opportunity from yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So please, if you know somebody that may need to hear some of these things, share this show out. Because once this show is done, it will still be on Facebook. It will still be on YouTube and Twitter and Periscope. And maybe someone needs to listen to this, because maybe it can help one person at least. And again, we're talking about several things today. And one of the things before, do y'all want to go into Monique or the soulmate thing? Because the soulmate thing actually came from a listener.
Yo, let's save Mo for last, bro. We already talked about her.
We'll say Mo for last?
Yeah, save Mo for last.
All right.
That's going to be a little tidbit.
We are going to talk about signs you're in a relationship with your soulmate. Because you could be in a relationship and it's not your soulmate. You know what I'm saying? You could be dating somebody or whatever like that. Signs that you're in a relationship, with your soulmate. Some people may need to know this, because they may be like, oh, okay, well, I am with my soulmate. And it's funny, my wife said to me, and I was like, why you go there, whatever like that. We was up late and we was messing with each other, whatever like that. She's like, so, am I your soulmate or your cellmate?
Whoa.
She was like, am I your soulmate or your cellmate? And I didn't know how to answer that.
That was powerful.
I didn't know what, I'm like, my soulmate, like, what are you talking about? Whatever like that. I'm like, break it down what you meant.
Okay.
And then she was like, because I know if somebody mess with you, I'll be somebody's cellmate. And then I was like, okay, she cleaned that up. She cleaned that up real nice.
Clean it up.
She cleaned it up real nice. But I was like,
that was a hard line right there.
Yeah. I didn't really, I didn't know where she was going. I was like, okay, well, no, babe, you my soulmate. But here goes some signs, because again, you may not know. So let's see right here. If y'all agree or disagree, y'all let us know. All right. So again, let's see if I got the first one. And so the first one is, you'll never be the same. Oh, you'll never be the same person you were before you met your soulmate. So that you see the change in you, basically when you met that person. What you think?
Completely agreed. Your soulmate does have the power to transform you. They make you better than what you are. Like we're stronger together than we are apart. So that is the number one sign of a soulmate, is that a person brings you up instead of bring you down. They build you up and they give you energy instead of taking energy away. Completely agree.
Yo, break that down. You got the
a true soulmate is probably the most important person you'll ever meet, because they tear down your walls and smack you awake. You've experienced a major change in your identity when you've met your partner. Maybe it was meeting your soulmate that inspired you to change, or you made a decision to be different because of them. You used to have casual partners, but that's the past now. You used to believe that you'd never change for someone, but now you can see why others become different when they met their one.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
I'm a different person.
You should be.
I'm a different person. I don't know if my wife could say the same thing. Like, she feels she's a different person, you know what I'm saying, than before we met and everything. But yeah, I agree with that one.
Number two.
Number two?
Yeah. Number 2, your soulmate makes you a better person.
Yes.
You make me want to be a better man. Among the other signs you found your soulmate is that they challenge you to continuously improve yourself and the world around you. You both want the same things in life, and you have inspiring, exciting plans for how you contribute to future generations.
Yo, they challenge you.
Yes.
Not they're hating on you.
Right. They challenge you.
But they challenge you to go from where you are to someplace else. That means it's going to be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
They're not jealous of you.
Yes.
They're not player hating you.
Know the
They're
difference.
challenging you to say, bae,
know the difference.
Let's do better.
Yep.
Now, you don't want to hear that because don't nobody want to hear the truth. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But your soulmate is able to step outside that and say, even though the truth hurts, I'm going to challenge you to make you better than. So please recognize that, or you may lose a soulmate.
Yes, clap that up. Clap that up. All right, so we're gonna go to number 3.
Oh yeah, your connection to your soulmate is more than physical. When you think of your ideal partner, the one you have no problem calling my soulmate, you feel overwhelming love for them flowing through you. You feel so full of love and joy that you have to express your feelings before they burst out of you. You connect with them on an intimate level that has little to do with sex, one of the surefire signs you found your soulmate.
Agreed.
Absolutely. Clap that one up.
Yeah.
I agree. It's got to be more than physical.
That gets old after a while.
Yeah, it gets old. Definitely gets old.
Looks get old. Like, you're not cute anymore. Like, I've seen the eye crusties in the morning.
Yes.
Like, all that gets old.
And people don't realize intimacy is more important to having a relationship than the sexual relationship. Intimacy is different than sex. A lot of people, they confuse the two. They think it's the same thing. It's not. Intimacy could be just sharing some time together.
Yes.
Sitting on the couch.
Yes.
Laying on each other. Holding hands. Just
right.
talking. Having a good conversation. One-on-one. Sitting in front of a fireplace or whatever like that. So intimacy is way different than sex.
Yep.
And intimacy, to me, it creates a stronger bond, a tighter bond between two people.
Yep.
And
definitely agree with that.
Newsflash, old millennials, you get older, your body does change, right? Your body does all kind of crazy things. Your mind stay young, but your body may not be so necessary, may not be too cooperative, right? So it is important that you have the connection that's real. And it's more than just physical.
Right, true indeed.
So if you can't get physical gratification, do you still love the person?
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
Yo,
100%.
Wu just really said old millennials, though.
yeah. But you know what shut up. I'm gonna curve myself. But you know what I mean, goddamn. Shut your young ass up. I'm talking.
No doubt. Let's go to the next one.
Being apart only makes the reunion better. Separation is not a problem for either of you. You trust each other to not stray out of the boundaries of the relationship while you're apart. Another one of the obvious signs you found your soulmate. You also know that the pain and loneliness while you're apart will only make you more happy to see your soulmate again. The reunion sparks will fly.
Yes.
Don't gloss over that one, please.
The reunion sparks will fly.
Yeah, shout out to Thomas Shell. What's up, big bro?
Audrey's a clown. I'm looking for a new soulmate. Any takers?
Dig it.
Listen, we should have like a speed dating event or something.
That's gonna go down.
Hasn't it been done? I think it's been done, right?
Yeah, we've done it twice.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me how not being around your soulmate is a good thing? Anyone?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
How so, ma'am?
Like put it this way. Like my wife works.
I agree.
When she's at work, I miss her. You know what I'm saying? Whatever like that. That time apart, whatever. So, or if I'm working in the studio too long and it's like I'm getting that text like, can you come home?
Right.
Whatever like that. Then I know she misses me or she wants that us time. Because a lot of times, this takes up a lot of time, people.
Yep.
For those that don't know, running the radio show, recording the studio, and just when you're hustling and working for yourself and you're grinding for yourself, it's time consuming. So when we do connect, we try to get quality time in. We'll go out to a movies or we just chill and eat dinner and talk or whatever like that, or maybe play a game on a computer or something. So yeah, you got to make that, have that apart time so you enjoy the quality time together. So yeah, definitely. And if you just joined us, we are talking about signs you're in a relationship with your soulmate. Some people are in a relationship with people they don't even really know. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people.
And in a relationship with somebody they're not really even feeling. You know, they're not even feeling, and they have no connection, no type of bond.
General, what if they don't know themselves?
Yeah.
Oh.
How you gonna be in a relationship with somebody? A lot of people don't know who they really are.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, Danielle says intimacy is deep. My acting teacher says it's into me see.
Yes.
She broke it down. Into me see.
Yes.
Yes.
I like that.
Dr. D.
I like that.
Shout her acting
You
coach.
got the wrong doctorate, woman.
Drop a bomb.
Doctor to these people.
There you go.
Yes.
And
Yes.
The fact she said acting coach means Danielle is still
she
acting.
busy.
Good.
So
She's busy.
are we going to be seeing something from you soon, Danielle?
Any
On the
exclusives?
screen?
Can we get the
Any
exclusive?
exclusives?
So
you
can I hold
got?
on my ear? BKS One Radio. Danielle's been
No doubt.
Yes.
No
and
pressure.
Paula
No
was
pressure.
like, my favorite topic, a soulmate relationship is effortless even with the challenges.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
Julius was like, certain body parts start to droop and sag.
Yes. That's life.
That's it.
Let's talk
Young
about
Thundercats.
no doubt. Number 5. Let's drop number 5.
We ain't there yet.
You will be.
Here we are. You feel like you know everything about each other. What's upon meeting your soulmate, it was as if you have known each other before.
Yes.
There was something familiar, and
Yes.
every thought you had about how to find your soulmate melted away when you saw the comfort and safety of home in their eyes.
Yes.
That's facts.
Yes. Let's clap that one up.
I like
Yes.
that
Let's clap that one up. And we're going to go on to...
if you just naturally vibe with someone, you feel it. Like, you just naturally vibing. Like, that's all I got to say.
And what we on? Number 6 already?
Yeah, we're wrapping it up. Wrapping it up with you make a power couple. Another one of the signs you found your soulmate is that you are stronger with them than apart, and the two of you could conquer the world if you wanted to. Think about other inspiring power couples that you see in business, Hollywood, and politics.
Yes.
That's you and the one you call soulmate.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
Let's clap it up for that one. I agree with that. You're stronger with each other than you are apart.
Right.
That's a big sign that you definitely into a serious soulmate relationship, man.
Facts.
Because when you feel as though you can do more together than apart, and I experienced that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, we together we the bomb.
Yep.
You know. So that's it on soulmates. Any comments from the
Julia says the grind is real.
Yes.
I think he's talking to Danielle though. Her grind is real.
Yep.
And then
God bless the grind.
I think I have everything else. Yes.
Yep. That's it.
All right.
I love
So
that. Fighting the world, not each other. Hear you.
So again,
Danielle.
if you joined yesterday's show, we were talking about Monique and about the whole Netflix situation and how she basically turned down the $500,000 that they offered her because she felt as though she deserved a lot more. And then she called on this boycott from us to boycott Netflix. And people are on different sides of the fence on this and said, you know, a lot of people say, I'm not going to boycott Netflix. And there are a lot of people like myself that feels as though Monique is being selfish. She's being selfish in this fact.
Agreed.
And it's funny, and I see a lot of funny little takes, you know, on people like making some comedy out of Monique in reference to this situation. But we're gonna play this one clip before we play the clip from Tony Rock, because Tony Rock kind of broke it down. And y'all tell me what y'all honestly think. Don't hold nothing back. And I didn't realize, and Tony Rock is actually friends to the BKS family. And has been on our show 6 times.
That's what's up.
Tony Rock has been on BKS1 6 times.
That's what's up.
And he's a hip hop historian too, and a lot of people don't know that.
Just like his brother.
Yeah. So, but we're gonna share this one clip, and it's a little comedy, but there's some truth in it. So, what do y'all think about this? Let me see if I got the clip. While Woo, you still have some reservations about Monique and her turning down this money.
Yes, I do.
And I know you want to talk about it.
Yes.
And while I look for this clip, you can talk to the people. Let's see here.
Oh, sorry, General.
Catch the cues, bro. Catch the cues.
Sorry, Nick.
Listen. I think she should have not only took the money, but viewed it as an investment in herself. If you believe in yourself, okay. Not everything is about money, right? Take the money and do the best possible show that you can do, so that on the back end, with the exposure, you can get more money. Your value is more than just the amount of money that you receive on the front end. If you believe in yourself and you believe in your product, I just humbly think that you should have took that. You should have took that money and you should have ran with it. And, and I don't. And one more thing, when you say boycott Netflix, right? So you're boycotting Dave Chappelle, Shonda Rhimes, Chris Rock, and all the other African American acts.
Orange is the New Black.
Orange is the New Black, and all these other working actors that are getting a check cut from this major corporation. Am I for black business? Of course, I'm on a black platform. But what are you saying when you say boycott that? And lastly, if they would have gave you the amount of money that you would have wanted, would any of this conversation be coming out of your mouth? Because guess what? When you were on the Parkers, there was sexism. When you got your Oscar, there was racism. When we were on the Queens of Comedy, there was income inequality. But no one heard you say anything about it then. It may sound like, and again, I'm a fan. I love her. You understand what I'm saying? But I beg to differ. I want to bring another aspect of the argument. I think that what General said is a selfishness. It's a self-centeredness. Because I don't think any of these, why you want to take bread out of someone else's mouth? Because other black artists eat off Netflix.
Right.
And I don't have cable. So $10 a month beats $200.
Absolutely. Now again, I'm about to play this clip, and this is there's some comedy to it, but again, with this comedy, they're going in on Mo'Nique, but there's some truth to it. Tell me what y'all think about this.
Because I am the most, and I say this humbly, I am the most decorated comedian alive.
Hello, official office of comedian deaths. Yeah, I just wanted to check to see if Eddie Murphy was alive. Yeah, no, because Mo'Nique said she was humbly the most decorated comedian alive, and I thought maybe Murphy died while I was sleeping. Okay, no, he's alive? Oh, crazy. I don't know what she's talking about then. I don't know what decoration she could have made. That Phony Pony's a nice decoration, but it's not the ones people usually talk about. Whoopi Goldberg from Sister Act 2. Yeah, Cole Bean. Hey, and Colin. Yeah. She is alive too? What is Mo'Nique talking about? Yeah, because, you know, Whoopi's one of only 12 people to win an EGOT, which is an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. And she won the doggone Grammy for a comedy album. So what is Mo'Nique talking about? You not boycott. I thought it was generous. That's just me. I mean, shoot, let me get the 500. I could take it. I'll take 50,000. I might take 5,000 just to be on Netflix because I've never been. Okay, no. While I got you, can you check ticket sales as well? Yeah, because that's another decoration she could be talking about. Has she sold more than Kevin Hart? I think he sold out like football stadiums and stuff, and he had like fire in Madison Square Garden. Yeah, I know. Just Google it if you don't have it in your registrar. No, she probably hasn't sold more tickets than Kevin Hart. What decorations is she talking about? I don't understand. I mean, is she your favorite comedian? Because I don't think, even in public opinion, she's most people's favorite comedian. I think she's funny. No, I do. I think she's funnier than Amy Schumer. But I don't think she's the funniest alive, which could be a decoration. No, it is crazy. Okay, listen, you know what? While I got you, here's why I'm upset. Okay, she called for a boycott. She said Netflix was racial and gender biased, okay? Netflix gave Shonda Rhimes a $100 million plus deal, $25 million a year. She black, okay? They gave Dave $20 million on multiple occasions. They gave Crust money. They gave doggone Amy $11 million. The most generous know what basis she wants us to boycott, and I'm tired of boycotts being called for everything because shoot, with boycott is a serious thing. Okay? No, cool, yeah, I know. Yeah, you gotta get back to work. All right, does she have the most Facebook followers? Does she have more Facebook followers than Kev on Stage? She doesn't? I'm gonna let you go. All right, have a great day.
Because I am the most, and I say this humbly, I am the most decorated comedian alive.
Hello, official office of comedian deaths. Yeah, I just wanted to check.
That's
hilarious.
I'm the most decorated comedian alive, yo. That's a slap in the face. Greats that are still here with us.
And if you are the most decorated, you don't say it.
Exactly.
You let someone else say that.
That's
That's
being
not
humble.
supposed to come out of your mouth. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come
That's,
on.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on. Yes.
Audrey, you'll. But yes, I'm still fighting my little sinus thing.
Right.
Julius was like, I'm taking the money and made a kick-ass special, so the next time it'll be bigger.
Right. Absolutely.
Everybody is on the
saying-
same consensus, and that's easy. You know?
Bring up.
No, people were really sounding off. That's what I was saying. Like, she really co-wave in the internet with this, and she like Monique's approach. You don't have to agree with her boycott, but don't allow all of that to make you blind to the fact that non-white women and impoverished white women are underpaid, underrepresented, and undervalued everywhere by everyone.
I agree, but that's not what's happening, Jada.
Go ahead, General. Go ahead.
That's not what's happening,
Go ahead.
Jada. That's
What's
not
happening?
the thing. What's happening right now is she's not getting paid. So because my job is not giving me a raise, you know what? I'm working at McDonald's. I asked them for $15 an hour. I'm only making $11 an hour. Don't go to McDonald's, y'all. Don't go to McDonald's no more. Stop eating those fries you love. Stop eating that quarter pounder with cheese that you love, or whatever, you know, because they're not paying me $4 more an hour. I want all y'all to shut McDonald's down because of that.
Or lovely co-workers, come picket with me outside of McDonald's while we don't work today, so you don't get paid either.
And lose your job.
I'm gonna look at you like you crazy.
Yeah, and see,
you pay my
that's bills? And to me, that's what's going on, because she don't realize by her making this stand right now, she is slapping a lot of other black comedians in the face.
Yep.
Not only, I think that she's pulling the energy that we need to spend on addressing gender inequality and racism, right? Pulling that energy away from that and pulling it to narcissism. So while I love Jada, you know, you do know that Will and Jada have their own production company. What is it? Overlook Entertainment?
Right.
Did Monique go, hey,
yep,
hey, Spike, hey, Overlook Entertainment, hey, Tyler Perry, hey, BKS1 Radio, let's see what we can do.
Right.
One thing General is teaching, look, in show business, right, and in business in general, right, things go, when they do go left, be quiet about it. Right? I'm not saying don't live your truth. I'm not saying live in fear and be under the white man's hand and you're afraid of standing up. Listen, you out here doing business with people, they go left. If I know, then that
about everything. And let me
newsflash, shit goes left.
Yes, yes,
right.
Yes.
Facts.
Exactly.
Go ahead. General, I'm sorry.
Danielle was saying, first of all, before they finish saying 500,000, I'd be down there at the bank cashing that check. Okay.
Yes.
500,000 ain't nothing to sneeze at. We all feel we aren't paid what we're worth.
Yes.
There's 5,000 channels out there that she could go to, or she can invest in herself and take it on the road.
Absolutely.
Tape it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I gotta ask General this question. Ask General.
Yes.
Please tell me why you think you're as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Excuse me, I gotta look at him. She did not take her content and put it on her own thing. Right. Tell me why. I want to know as a business owner. And Stephen A. Smith is ish. If you can get your own platform,
exactly.
Why do you think she's not getting her own platform or going to the platform of another person that's black? Go ahead. Why? You're not happy? Get your own.
I think. Well, see, look, that's just like. Artists got a choice to come out either independent or on a major.
Go ahead.
Some artists choose major because of the machine behind it.
Okay.
So certain things have more of a machine behind it. So for her to put it out on her own, she has to create and find that machine and establish a machine to put behind her own that, you know, that would kind of be either equal or better than going to the company with the big machine. You know, so Netflix has a huge machine. It has a huge distribution power.
Okay.
You know, so there's other things that's similar to Netflix, but Netflix right now is on top of their game as far as distribution and marketing
True.
and everything like that.
True.
So it's less work for her to do.
Okay.
You know, than putting it out on her own platform.
Okay, so next question, sir. Then I'm gonna be done. So how come she didn't just go to another platform then?
She can.
Instead of
Wanda Sykes
dragging
did
them.
it.
She did.
Wanda Sykes did it.
Thank you, boss.
When
I'm
Netflix
done.
turned her down, I mean, when she turned Netflix down for the $250,000 they offered her, she went somewhere else and got a nice little deal.
Yeah.
So, and she was quiet about it. She didn't. Wanda Sykes didn't tell everybody boycott Netflix, because you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because if people deem you as troublesome in this industry, if they deem you as, oh, you're always causing trouble, you're always creating problems or whatever like that, they're not going to want to work with you.
And can you speak to hyper creative people and brilliant people that are difficult to work with, as opposed to a humble, hardworking person that you see that has potential?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who do you want to work with?
Does being humble kind of, does that hurt you? Do you have to be kind of that hungry? You'd have to be like that cheetah and kind of not take anyone's BS?
You can
That's
be
an interesting point. Go ahead.
You can be like that. All right. You could be a shrewd business person without burning so many, without taking shots at so many people, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Without causing a lot of chaos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's ways to conduct business and to handle business. You know what I'm saying? Without, okay, now because you know it didn't go my way, so I don't want nobody to be a part of it. Everybody, y'all shut this down because it didn't go my way. And basically that's
the
to me,
perception.
Right.
That's what she's doing.
And
Look,
besides, go ahead, keep going.
No. And Tony Rock, he said it very eloquently. I love the brother. He's a very intelligent comedian. That's the brother of Chris Rock. But check out what Tony had to say.
Tony about to burn it down.
Right.
Yes.
Tony about to burn it down.
Monique has shots fired at Netflix.
Okay.
They offered her $500,000 for a Netflix special.
Okay.
She cites your brother. She cites
my brother.
She says 22 million, right?
Okay.
Says Chappelle 22 million. Amy Schumer 13 million. But why are you gonna offer me this?
First of all, it's never a good look. It's poor etiquette. It's poor comedy etiquette. It's poor people etiquette to count anybody else's money.
No, but it's
always bad to count. Don't worry about whatever somebody else's check say.
I got you.
You get your weight up. You get your check to say what you want your check to say. Don't worry about what nobody else check say.
She's calling it color bias and gender bias, in her words.
No, I don't believe that. Monique ain't been on stage in how long? She been on stage in
a long time. Before the Parkers, yeah.
Yeah, and you can't stand up any type of thing you could stop doing and then just jump right back in your same spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't like riding a bike.
Right.
We've seen a lot of comics. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus, but we've seen a lot of comics that stop doing stand-up and try to get back to doing stand-up at the level they were, and it just don't work.
Is she a goat though? Because she basically is saying, look at my resume.
You said goat. You know what the goat means?
Well, you know what I mean. Like, is she a great? Is she on that echelon?
She's done some great things. She's done some great work. She's an Oscar winner.
Right.
The special she did when she spoke at the prison, that was really good. I thought that was really, really good. It was really funny. Yeah, you haven't been on stage in a long time. We don't even know what you haven't even toured enough to get the momentum going up for a special.
Is she even in the comedy world? You're in the comedy world, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in some time. Welcome back, first of all. A lot of things have changed. You know, social media's created stars out of people that don't even write jokes down, which is absurd. But I'm sure if she tours to get ready for the special and the momentum is built back up and the excitement is there, she can get the money back up.
Good
he
Lord.
got me when he was like, "Welcome back." Sheesh.
He basically said it all. You know, don't worry about what I'm making, what I'm getting, or whatever. I got a better lawyer than you. Blame your lawyer. Maybe she can blame her lawyer. You know,
representation.
I got a better agent than you, or whatever. You know, stop worrying about what other people are getting or whatever like that. Worry about your own situation.
Right.
And again, there's no reason to tell everyone to boycott or whatever. Negotiate better. You got to negotiate better. Set yourself up better. Or walk away from that gracefully. And then maybe they'll be like, you know what? Yeah, let's give her 1.5.
Right.
You know, or whatever like that. But now you made that corporation not even want to F with you. Not even want to deal with you no more. Or maybe you could be even shutting down opportunities for somebody else that's not as decorated as you are.
Allegedly.
Yeah. to be a part of Netflix.
So are we? So we're boycotting. I want to be clear. I'm no shade. We're boycotting for you to get more money. Is okay. You want black folks to boycott and not support a corporation because they're killing unarmed black men in the streets. They're you understand what I'm saying? Now, let me be clear. But then you also said there's income inequality for women.
Right.
And there is. You also mentioned racism. There is. Okay, is that why we're boycotting? We're boycotting Netflix because they're racist and they're sexist. Because if that's what you're saying, there's an argument against that. That's what I'm. So why are we boycotting? And would you call for the boycott if you got cut a check?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, let's clap that up, man.
So don't pull the passions of my people. You know, our vigor and we shall overcome and Reverend Al Sharpton-ish moments that we have. And I'm the chief behind that. You know that, right? But don't pull me out for some selfish reasoning.
Right.
If you want the whole community to come behind you, fight for your community, not for some pennies you're not getting.
Exactly.
Come on.
Listen, I'm live on Twitter, and Samson, the official Samson, the comedian, he says, FYI, according to IMDb, Monique is the most decorated comedian. He has receipts. Let me tell you.
Go ahead. Break
Monique has 57 wins, 25 noms.
Nominations.
Oh, nominations. Okay. Whoopi Goldberg, 55 wins, 81 nominations. Chris Rock, 19 wins, 63 noms. Kevin Hart, 15 wins, 29 nominations. Dave Chappelle, 5 wins, 12 nominations. Eddie Murphy, 30 wins, 72 nominations. And Amy Schumer, 17 wins, 38 noms. So Monique, the hierarchy goes Monique, Whoopi, Eddie Murphy, Chris Rock, Kevin Hart.
Let's talk about this. So you're saying that she really is the most decorated comedian?
If we talking receipts, if we talking the numbers, that's the
and if that's the fact and that's the case, respect. Next question: is it for you to say that? Is she supposed to say I'm the most decorated?
Well, that's what Nicki Minaj do. She'd be like, I'm the best.
Okay,
I have these numbers.
So let's talk. So is that for her to say? Is this a rap battle? Is this? I'm asked like I'm not trying to be funny. I want to know like
no, I hear
if
you.
I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, dude. It ain't nothing, and I can get on here and say I'm wrong about stuff.
If you're really the best, it's no need if you are the best to say you're the best and reiterate that. Everybody around you is gonna know that, and everybody around you is gonna give you that
everyone
clout.
knew that though. Look, I had to pull this up and here are the numbers. Like, I didn't know that.
And those numbers don't lie. But let me ask you a question. Okay, who's a better comedian, Chris Rock or Monique? Come on, answer. In your opinion.
I would say Chris Rock.
Okay.
Chris
no
Rock.
disrespect. No disrespect. I love Monique. Who's the better comedian, Dave Chappelle or Monique?
Dave.
I would say Dave.
And I do believe Eddie Murphy is like their dad.
Yeah.
Like it all. You follow me?
Correct.
And Richard Pryor is their dad.
Yeah.
And Whoopi Goldberg is their mom.
Yeah.
Right. So I got you on the stats.
And Red Fox like the Godfather.
And Red Fox is their grand. So okay.
Yep.
All right. So if we're quantifying, who has the most nominations, you're absolutely 100% right. Who's the best then? Like the point I'm making is, I don't hear Eddie Murphy saying, "I'm the greatest in the world." I don't hear Chris. You know what Chris Rock do? Put out fire every 2 years on a consistent basis.
Yep.
Before Dave Chappelle was around, Chris Rock was bringing heat, consistency. Right?
Yeah.
You know what Chris Rock does? He consistently brings fire, then he disappears. Then he comes back and he brings more fire and he disappears. And people take Chris Rock for granted because he's always he's always great. Right? He's great. He's great. He's great. The brother, Tony Rock.
Yeah.
The man is brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
Consistently. So I can look back on his label of work and just be like, I think sometimes that we take people for granted that do it well. Like Norm, for so long, or Oprah, they do it for so long. Do you ever hear them say, "Pat me on the back"? They come out with their shit, they drop it, and they bounce.
Yeah.
Like George Carlin or Seinfeld or Whoopi. Okay. Last thing, you think Whoopi can't sell out the Garden tomorrow? If Whoopi said, "I'm doing stand up tomorrow,"
but Whoopi's working. Whoopi's always working. She has her show. She has on The View. Like people.
Why do you don't think Whoopi says I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that? In your opinion,
she doesn't need to.
Okay, that was my only point.
Hold on, I got the chat going.
Go ahead, let's read some comments.
Miss General was like, Netflix shouldn't be telling her what they're paying other people anyway. That's private, personal business. They wrong for that. But I love Netflix.
I think that was public information too.
It might be. Danielle was like, there's a lot of good content on Netflix too. Facts. There are so many talented people out there that the replacement factor can and will happen. I see Monique having her own network. Why can't you do that? Ty was like, oh, Richard Pryor. Don't forget Richard.
The King, Rich, yeah.
Right. Julius was like, isn't the industry more like, what have you done lately?
Yes.
Correct.
And Danielle co-signs that. That's exactly what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like I was saying, she didn't put into context. I said this on the show yesterday. Do not act like Netflix is not showing you love, Monique. Netflix has 3 of your bodies of work on their platform right now.
After you call for the protest,
you have one of the comedy shows. Then she's in that movie with I forgot the name of the movie, but it's about the boy who realizes he's gay and in the church. And then
another special,
some other third thing. But don't act. What are the numbers on those? What are the numbers on those? Now. Let's add up all those numbers. I feel like even if you add up all those numbers, will that translate to the more than 500K that you're looking for? I don't know. Like, these are outdated. The latest thing you did was Bessie. Bessie was in 2015.
And this is not pile on Monique. No. This is, look, we got to start doing better business. Yeah. We got to get better representation.
It's all about the business.
We got to get better management. And when we make a mistake in business, we can't get emotional about that, which is what you guys are teaching me. You got to make shrewder business. This is not hate. This is not Dawood is a self-hating black person. Blah 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 blah. You don't real ride for black women and blah blah.
Right.
Look, it's business. Make better business decisions.
Yeah, that wasn't a good business. Who's her people behind her? Like
her husband.
Her team needs to reevaluate their business etiquette because, like,
someone needs to be fired.
With respect to the last video that we watched, we're not gonna smooth past and just breeze past that business etiquette, statement.
Right.
That is very important when you're doing business.
Oh yes, sir.
Just simple business, like I worked at Enterprise once. Business etiquette is very important. You got to know who you're talking to. You got to know your platform. You got to know how you're gonna pitch your product, your introduction, your presentation, how you all tie that together and wrap it up with a conclusion. If you sell yourself correctly, people are gonna sneeze money at you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
How important is etiquette, General Boss? Like the way you go about doing things.
Oh, it's very it's
that's
very
more
important.
than money, right?
Yeah, because let me tell you, if people feel as though they can, in conducting business, that you're relatable, they can talk to you, that you listen, that you know how you have some negotiating skills or whatever like that. They'll deal with you more. You know what I'm saying? When you come off a little bit more pleasant, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go in there, kissing everybody's ass. But if you come off and you go to a business meeting and you're pleasant about it, and if there's something you don't like, you like, no, I don't like that. I think we're trying to go for a little bit more money than $500,000. We're trying to at least get $1 million, blah, 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 blah. Hopefully you guys can do that. We would like to work with you.
Right.
There's ways to
finesse.
go about,
you got finesse.
Handling things. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the presentation. Sometimes making a good deal happen, it's all in the presentation. And the best deals are when both party wins. Feel as though they won.
Okay, not bullied or manipulated.
Yes, those are the best deals. When both parties feel as though I'm getting something out of it. I'm getting something out of it. Those are the best deals, man. I think to me she shot herself in the foot. Because, again. And if you disagree, call in 646-233-1302. It's okay to disagree. Call
Please do. Let's
Love
talk.
to hear what you have to say.
She followed up on Instagram. I'm trying to listen to the video, but she followed up on Instagram again.
Standing next to her trophies.
She's standing in front of all her trophies, all her awards, and she's referring back to how much Amy Schmuller is making, how much so and so is making, and this is exactly what we're talking about. Like just like Tony Rock said, do not count other people's money. This is not help. I don't think this is helping your case at all.
Neither is standing next to your trophies.
She's standing in front of her trophies.
It's like you're going deeper in that hole, just trying to justify everything that you just said. Don't do it.
The caption says, "Fact checking. What is bankability? Make it make sense."
Caller from the 908. State your name when you're calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Let's get it.
Hey, this Pie Lady. How are you?
Hey,
Pie
Queen.
Lady.
Let's get it. Set us straight. Set us straight.
What's up?
I'm not mad at Monique,
Okay.
and I'm not mad at her claiming what she's worth, and I'm not mad at her stating who she thinks she is. I mean, one of the principles of Kwanzaa is Kuji Chakalia. I'm not mad at her working her Kuji Chakalia. What I am tired of is I am tired of people who have been on the bottom for so long that they judge everything through being on the bottom eyes. So $500,000 is a lot of money to us. And so therefore, whether we want to admit it or not, there's something about us as I'm reading some of the comments that's kind of a little hate-ish, because some of our comments are like $500,000. It's almost like people want to say, what are you complaining about? You not this, you not that, you not this, you not that. But I think a lot of that comes from how we see money based on what our worth has been as our sojourn in America. I'm not mad at her.
See, I think I have more of a problem, Kwame, from her asking the rest of us to boycott. This is the problem I have. It's not so much the amount or whatever the case may be. And let's look at it. Let's be honest. Being that she's quoting figures, where Monique is worth about $13 million. Okay, and this is fact check. She's worth about $13 million. All right, so she's being offered $500,000. All right, and based on, and I'm quite sure because I know how these media type corporations, distribution companies think. They base it on relevancy. That's how they base it on. So her saying she wants more, that's general business practice. That's general negotiating practice. Okay, you offer me $10, I'm telling you I want 15. You offer me 13. We're gonna give you 13. No, I want 20 now or whatever. So that's just negotiating. That's the art of negotiating in the business. But when you get to the point to where, as you know what, I deserve more. I want all y'all to shut this down until I get more money. Blah blah blah. No more Netflix for no one. This is what I don't like.
I think she made it clear that it wasn't about I. So let me give it to you from my historic point.
She had to justify being greedy. She had to justify it some type of way, and that's when she said, I'm standing up for all females of color, and this no, because look at Shonda Rhimes. Look, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait, and here's a great deal. How many Shonda Rhimes have accounts with Netflix? How many Shonda Rhimes? Not many.
Okay.
So now let me take it to you from my perspective. Why affirmative action began? Affirmative action began because educated black people, not those of us at the bottom level still sharecropping, working in farms and factories, not us. Educated black people crossed every T, dotted every I, jumped through every hoop to be able to be qualified to compete with their white counterparts. Yet, they were still blocked out of opportunity. They were still driving buses. They were still doing things that their education should have allowed them to do better, but they were being blocked out. How I see the Monique situation is that white people have set up a standard of excellence, right? And that highest standard is the Oscar. You can win a Tony, you can win an Emmy, you can win a Golden Globe, but the ultimate goal is to get that what? Oscar. If you win that Oscar, according to white people's rules now, not rules that she wrote, but according to white people's rules, you should be able to demand so much because now you are officially an A-list actor, actress, whatever, because you received an Oscar. So when she says that she's the most decorated, she has received the top honor. It's like I told somebody, you can be the baddest quarterback on your stats, but the number one thing is for you to get to that big game and win. If you don't get to the big game and win, you're just a nice quarterback with stats, but you have no rings. she has the equivalent of the ring. So if you use that as the standard, she is the most decorated.
I have a question.
So now, wait a minute. So now what happens when you're the most decorated and you still get offered money as though you are a factory worker? It's an insult. And remember, they didn't come to her.
Kwane,
she didn't come to them.
The entertainment business base a lot of things. I see all the time on what have you done lately. What have you done lately?
I hear you, Norm. I hear you. But even if she's worth $13 million, even if they had offered her $2 million, because she hasn't done anything lately, that Oscar should get her $1 million from the door, because that's the rules that they set up. And those are the rules that their people play by. And we switch and change the rules all the time when it comes to black people.
Okay, so
and I think that's the bigger point.
Can I ask you this question?
Off Monique the person.
Can I ask you this question? She got an Oscar. She got an Oscar for what?
She got an Oscar for Precious, a dramatic role.
Right, a dramatic role. Nothing comedic. There are people that gotten awards for their comedy routines, for their stand up, for this, that, whatever.
The Oscars doesn't even recognize comedies.
But
so she would never be able to get an Oscar for comedy because the Oscars don't give awards for that.
Yes, Oscar give awards for comedic roles. If it's a comedy, if the movie is a comedy or something like that, they do. And see, my whole point is there's a lot of people that got stats like Monique. So when you talk about opportunity, because she said racial bias. Is racial bias? No, because Netflix gave a huge deal to Spike Lee. No, because Netflix gave a huge deal to Will Smith. No, because Netflix gave a huge deal to a lot of other African Americans. So again, this. So
what has Will Smith done in terms of blockbusting that's relevant recently?
Will Smith, what has he done?
That movie with
in terms of blockbusters recently, because a couple of his movies flopped.
I forgot what it's called.
His last movie?
His last movie was on Netflix. It was something about
Bright. You talking about Bright?
Yeah, it went. So what I'm saying, it went right to Netflix.
Yeah.
So in other words, what I'm saying is that the last few movies that he's done in the box office have not done well.
Is Will Smith more relevant than Monique?
Again, Spike Lee is another one who a lot of people had a problem with, right? My whole thing is that whatever issues that everybody keeps saying that Monique had, Netflix came to her. She didn't come to them with hat in hand. Netflix came to her. So obviously, the stuff that you and I see as a reason that's stopping her from getting work didn't stop Netflix from coming to her.
Can I ask a question?
Right, and that's a beautiful thing. No, that's a great thing. And go ahead, Will. I'm just saying all she had to do was decline. If they came to her, if I came to you and said, "Pie lady, I want 10 of your pies. Can you give me 10 of your pies for $10?" And you're gonna respectfully say, "No, Norm, I can't do that. Sorry." But you're not gonna say, I'm not gonna say, "You know what? She didn't give me 10 of her pies for $10. Boycott Kwane. Boycott. Nobody go buy her pies." No, I'm not going to do that because.
But you can. And people have. Because of my outspoken, there have been people that have said, "I'm not buying her pies because of her outspoken."
Kwane, you could piss me off. I'm still going to buy your pies. Go ahead.
No, but I'm saying, but that's their right. But now here's the question: what if Monique is a maverick? See, because sometimes we don't respect mavericks in real time. We respect them after the fact. What if her stance... For example, here's my thing. Netflix. If this Tiffany Haddish girl is the it thing, why did you even go to Monique? You should have went to her and offered her the $20 million or the $500,000 that you were willing to offer for some comedian to come and do a Netflix special.
She signed a deal... So with the one Tiffany has just signed a deal again with the one she did a special. I think it was Showtime or HBO. Mm-hmm. Whichever one she was on, she signed a deal with them. So that's why Netflix can't come to her because HBO or Showtime, they got first right of refusal, and that's how those contracts work.
What are they paying her?
Well, Tiffany Haddish, it was more than $500,000.
So now let's think about black people. All we have. So in the realm of female comedians, see, because this is another point, we have Tiffany Haddish, and then the next person on the rung, the next best person that Netflix could go after was Monique. we got a problem.
Let me. Can I ask a couple? Can I ask a question?
Do we not, right?
Let me ask a
How
question.
do we go from somebody who can get millions to somebody who can get 500,000? Why don't we have that many people in the middle?
I would like to ask a question, right? It is just supposition because I don't know anyone. I don't know Monique and the people that are involved. The conditions that she's bringing to the forefront, right? Income inequality, right? The way you treat women, racism. These things that she's bringing to our attention were existed before Monique even popped. Right? No one is saying that we don't support a woman's right to get paid, to be independent, to be articulate. That is not what's in question. The problem that I have is all of these conditions existed before this deal went down. That's number one. Number two, you want me to boycott based on these conditions. Would you want me to boycott if they gave you the money that you initially asked for? If they gave you the money that you initially asked for, would you be talking about what's unjust, what's not right, what's not this? Next issue.
If black men didn't have to go on picket signs with "I am a man," would we be boycotting? If black people didn't have to ride in the back of the bus, would we have boycotted?
If
black people wouldn't be able to get a hamburger
and those
in the
conditions
front door,
existed,
would we have
and
boycotted?
those conditions
So
have been
boycott
there,
always comes
and
from
those conditions
denial.
have been there, and those conditions existed before Monique had her deal. Those conditions have been there, and we are fighting. That's number one. Number two, just because I am a fan of a person and I support the person, I can also say that in this instance, I think you're being arrogant. Now, you may disagree. You may say, no, Dawood, I got to call up the station. I got to do this and I got to do that. My supposition is that if she would have got paid, you would not be hearing the conversation.
Indeed.
So if you know, if you were not, let me just finish.
BKS1 wouldn't be doing a radio show.
Let me just finish. Let me just finish my. Thank you. Let me just finish my point. My point with Monique is the intention. I don't want to look. It's a lot of issues going in at one time, right? Racism, injustice against women, etc., etc., etc. Right? You are on your soapbox because you did not get paid. That's why you're on your soapbox. Because guess what? When you were doing the Monique show, everything that you talked about, all the things that you're bringing to the forefront, they were there. The night you accepted your Oscar, there was racism and sexism and this and that. But did you choose that time when you were accepting your Oscar? I love everybody. Right then and right there, did you say, we got to talk about income inequality. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about that. I don't think that they're mutually exclusive.
Women have been getting sexually harassed for centuries, too.
Right.
People were in chains, enslaved for years, too. So just because somebody doesn't speak at the time that you want to go back and feel as though they should have spoken or they should have been active. Look,
agreed. Why is Monique speaking?
Harriet Tubman, my girl Harriet Tubman, right? Harriet Tubman did not decide that she wanted to free herself.
Monique is no Harriet
other
Tubman.
People. Wait
Monique
a minute. Until something personally affected
Monique
her.
Is no.
There are a lot of movements that don't start until
she's speaking because she didn't get. She's speaking because she didn't get paid. That's why she's speaking.
Are you listening? There are a lot of movements that don't start until the leader of that movement has been personally affected. That's not unusual.
And you think Monique wants to start a movement, or do you think Monique wants to get paid?
Both. Because again, back to the civil rights movement and back to affirmative action. Affirmative action began because those people who went to school and got educated for certain careers were not being paid and did not get the access that they wanted.
And if Monique did get paid,
for affirmative action.
if Monique got paid, she would not be bringing up this issue.
Absolutely.
That's what disqualifies her from being in the movement. That's why she gets disqualified.
That they should get, we would not have had affirmative
Monique would not be saying anything if she got a check. She would be another happy black actress, skinning and grinning. That is intention. That is her intention for her to get paid.
Name a movement where the person who started the movement did not start the movement because they were personally affected by something. Name something. Name anything. Because if you are making this exclusively about what Monique's intentions were.
Okay, I'll answer the question. Movements get started, right? not for personal gain. They're altruistic, meaning that the person that starts the movement is thinking about everyone. She would not be speaking if she got paid. That is
How
what
do you know
disqualified
that?
because she didn't speak. Because she hasn't
She did
spoken
say
before
this is
that.
for people coming behind her. She did mention Wanda Sykes, and she did mention.
Why didn't
if
Wanda Sykes
Monique
call? Why didn't Wanda Sykes call for protest then? Because Wanda Sykes got
Because
less money.
maybe that wasn't her calling to do so.
And maybe
there are a number of people who were enslaved. Why didn't somebody else call to take people to North
and
besides
maybe
Harriet Tubman?
agree. And maybe Monique could just have selfish intentions, and maybe not, because I don't know. But it's possible.
You don't know.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So, but you
That's what I'm
haven't. You
saying.
have
It's
not
possible.
mentioned a
It is
movement
possible.
thus far that the person who started the movement did not start the movement because they were personally affected.
So
if
you want
want
me
talk
to
about
equate-
mothers
hold
against
on.
drunk driving.
So you want
that
me to
started
equate-
because
wait.
a
So
mother
you want
lost
me
her
to
child.
equate one
If
last
you
thing.
want to talk about the Amber Alert.
You want
that
me to
started because
equate?
a
You want
child
me
was
to
kidnapped.
equate Monique not getting a check with the civil rights movement? I'm not going to do that. Or any movement.
You
I'm
don't
not doing
have to
that.
do it.
I'm
I'm
not doing
talking
that.
on ideology. There is not a movement that has not
That's
been
false
started
equivalency.
because the founder of that movement was not personally affected
That is
in
a false
some way,
equivalency.
and they said, "I want to do something about
That's a
it."
false equivalency.
You
in my
name
opinion.
one.
That's false
Name one.
equivalency.
Real quick.
Name one.
All right, real quick. Okay, back in your corners. Shout out to Ty Williams. Ty Williams said Monique is constantly on a quest to burn down her own people. Lee Daniels, Oprah, Tyler Perry. She needs to be more of a team player if she wants the team to rally behind her. And I'm going to have to agree with that. I'm gonna have to agree with that. There's a way to finesse.
So let me ask you a
certain
question. When Malcolm X used his speech, and any of the non-Christian based leaders use their speeches, listen, to call preachers handkerchief head Negroes, to call them coons, to call them shine, right? This is the language of Malcolm X, right? Was Malcolm X not being a team player because he called out what he saw as coonish behavior among the accepted leaders of the movement?
That was valid. This apples and oranges right now. What are we talking about?
It's valid because you say it's valid,
No,
but the person who was speaking at the time, it's very hard to stand in opposition against those who have been accepted the leadership. So if you look at it from a standpoint of who's the accepted black royalty in Hollywood, who is the accepted leadership in Hollywood, and who is Monique to speak against them? Well, who was the accepted leadership in the civil rights movement, and who was Malcolm to call them out?
First of all,
And then later on in history, we begin to appreciate these people afterwards. But when they're in real time, it's hard to appreciate. So my point is that Monique might be speaking in real time, and it's hard for us to appreciate what she's saying in real time. But if we find out later on down the line that some black female comedians were brought to the forefront and were given the type of money that they deserve because she risks herself to speak out, then she's going to get the historic hand clap.
no, she even has comedians. There are female comedians speaking against what she did. Speaking against because they see it as she only speaking out because she's being selfish. It's a selfish agenda of why she's speaking out. And it is what it is. Like you said, Netflix went to her. All right, here we want to offer you $500,000 to $500,000 to do this special. Is that good? Can we make a deal? No, I want more money. Okay, well, I respectfully decline. That's it. I respectfully decline, and you move on.
But why does she have to respectfully decline and keep her mouth shut? Why does she have to do that?
Netflix,
why do black people feel better?
No, but listen. See, we're negating the fact that Netflix has given a lot of opportunity to up and coming filmmakers, directors. No.
What does that number look like?
No, but listen, it's huge. Look at what's on Netflix. Look at what's on.
I'm asking you, what does a lot of opportunity mean?
A lot
to
every day. There's so much African American content on Netflix. It's bananas. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like what?
All of these are people that we probably would have never heard of. Kwane, a lot. There's a lot. There's
okay, so now let's talk about the WB.
Okay.
Let's talk about UPN.
You went to the WB.
Let's talk about all of these networks that used black people to get to where they wanted to be, and then the content disappeared. So we can always find a way to use us. But I think, again, to somebody living in the project, $500,000 is a lot of money. Right? That's a lot of money. So they're obviously going to say, Monique, you're getting a lot of money, but they consider a lot of money based on their economic standpoint. So this is what I'm asking you. What does a lot mean to you? Okay. Because what a lot might mean to you, a lot might not mean to somebody else. Okay. What does it mean to you?
Let's break down a lot.
That's fair.
Let's break down a lot.
I'll listen. I have Donald Glover has a stand-up comedy. Chris Tucker has a stand-up comedy on Netflix. Eddie Griffin, Michael Chi Matters, Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Hannibal Buress.
So let me ask you a question. What is the common denominator against all those names you just mentioned?
They're all men. I get it.
Yeah.
They're men, but
Shonda Rhimes made a big deal.
Okay, so now when we talk about comedy in general, even black comedy in general, when it comes to male and female comics, even amongst our own, there is some disparity between the female comics.
Definitely.
The female comics to make it oftentimes have to be very sexual. They have to be very vulgar. They have to do things that are over the top just to get some kind of note and some kind of billing. So even amongst our own, we have not done enough to mentor female comedians.
And you think that's what Monique is doing with her protest? Mentoring female comedians.
I believe that Monique is bringing attention to something. Now, where we want to go with that attention is up to us.
Was there attention?
We can make it about Monique and how she does what Monique does, or we can make it about what this is revealing. Like I said, we go from millions of dollars with Sister Haddish down to $500,000 to Monique. So that means we have no female comics that we think are worthy in between those two dynamics and two extremes.
No.
That's a problem.
And you think that's the issue that Monique's bringing to the table? I'm just
I
asking.
believe that it could. I believe that it can be an unintended consequence of what she brings.
Do you believe that her intention was to bring those issues? Number one, two parts. Number one,
but it's an unintended consequence. So you can constantly look at what she does as the glass that's half empty.
Two-part question: was that her intention? Number one, and number two, did anyone else before her bring light to this issue? Okay, this issue that you're talking about, right? Are there people out there that did not know that there was sexism in comedy or racism in whatever?
Here's the thing. When I'm advertising something, right? For example, let's go with Icy Hot, right? Icy Hot is going to sell a lot of... Are there people who had back injuries before Shaquille O'Neal started being the spokesperson for Icy Hot? There's something when you bring a famous person to speak on your behalf of your product, on behalf of your goal. So it's not even a matter that there was not a conversation going on. It might have been a conversation going on. But sometimes you need star power to bring something to the forefront.
Okay.
This is why companies like to get famous people to be their front person for their product.
And Monique's intent, last thing, and Monique's intention is to bring attention to these issues. That's it.
She said that her intention was not only for herself, but to speak up for young comedians coming behind you. And let me tell you something. The idea that you can't do something unless what you want to do is totally to benefit somebody else is not fair, and it's false.
And you know what else?
Even if you don't get a dollar amount, you get an intrinsic feeling about what you did.
I agree, and
so there's always a personal payout, even if it's charity.
I agree, and I don't want to separate.
And we're going to need more people.
And
Wanda Sykes is not enough. See, you talking about pulling numbers and naming names about who's been treated wrong or the quota. you know, when it comes to male and females on Netflix, when it comes to comedy, whatever like this. So she only brought up Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes is not really even speaking out against it.
Now think about and it's a problem. That to me is the overall problem. We can't even come up with a whole lot of names which suggest that black women have been cut out of comedy. We don't even have a full list of. Your sister was able to just rattle off men's names. Boom, 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 boom. We can't even rattle off women's names like that.
But you okay? But at the end of the day, like people, you have to work hard to be in comedy. It's not just gonna be handed to you. Like, yes, we have people who are paving the way, but if you're not doing the legwork and you don't have the fans, at the end of the day, that's what I'm trying to say. Monique is not exempt from the reality of it. The reality of it is money talks and the numbers talks. It's not personal. Like, yes,
I think that you're also suggesting that a person is not working hard. And here's another standard, because one of my good friends is an editor for Black Enterprise magazine. He also has the same perspective that I have in terms of the history of Hollywood, money, black people, and gender discrimination. He writes a great article bringing all of that in together in terms of another way to look at this without looking at it in terms of Monique. As black people, my dear, we have always been told that the reason why we're not making it is because we don't work as hard. We are some of the most hard-working people on the planet, but we come up against a lot of barriers. So it's easy for people to tell us, oh, you're not working hard enough. When we're working hard, I don't know anybody sitting there whose parents did not tell you you've got to be 10 times better than your white counterpart. Anybody up there that's never been told that?
Definitely.
Of course.
I agree.
And there are
so we work hard.
There are not, okay, I agree. And there are 1,000 black female comedians that aren't protesting nothing. Wait. There are a lot of black female comedians that ain't boycotting nothing. That ain't saying nothing. You know what they're on? Wait.
Okay,
let me just finish.
Don't want to boycott Netflix. People didn't want to boycott the NFL.
Can I just finish my point?
We already know that boycotting is not
my point? Okay, so I would just like to finish my point. I just want to finish my point.
I'm sorry.
There are people.
You have permission.
Thank you, man. There are people that are on their grind every single day that we don't know about. Right?
Why not?
Wait. Let me finish my point. They're not getting patted on the back. They're not holding press conferences. They're not calling for boycotts. They're not doing anything. You talk about the movement. The movement is based upon faceless people that don't have faces, that don't get patted on the back, that don't get recognized, that don't call TV, don't do nothing. You know what they do? They do the work. The movement is based upon the work that nameless, faceless people do. That's number one. Number two, I can be pro-black, pro-movement, pro gender equality and everything, and also say I think that person is being selfish. It doesn't, because my opinion differs on that, doesn't mean that I'm less informed, not in the struggle, I am in the matrix.
May I ask, did anybody say that to you?
No. Okay. No. So my supposition with Monique is her intention. Stop equating her intention. The struggle of black people is separate from Monique's.
Why are you going to tell me what I have to stop doing when you just asked the sentence before that?
Okay, I'm not telling you anything. I'm making a statement about how I see the situation. I'm not telling you nothing. This is my supposition. I'm not telling you nothing. I'm telling you what I feel. That her intention gets played into it. Her arrogance gets played into it, as well as her she's a multifaceted person. She's very, very talented. No one's taking that away from her. And there are several issues that we have to address. We can also address her intention and her arrogance and her opportunism. We can address that too, right?
Why is she arrogant? See, these are the words that we learn to use.
You don't think Monique is arrogant? Do you think Monique is arrogant?
We learn to use words.
You don't think Monique is arrogant?
We learn to use words against people.
So you don't think she's arrogant?
If the people don't rub our emotions,
you don't think she's
correct
right? So you don't think she's arrogant?
I don't think she's any more arrogant than Alonzo Ball.
And I think
I don't think she's any more arrogant than a whole lot of people who assert their wealth in a way that doesn't make the majority of people who have been trained that you should be and talk a certain way.
Kwane,
I don't.
Let me read this comment. Let me read this comment. Ty Williams says, Monique has allowed her ego to interfere with her fortune. She refused to promote herself because she was not getting paid to do so. She complained about Oprah because she didn't receive the type of apology she wanted, and she blames Lee Daniels for her industry blackball because she has the reputation for being difficult to work with. This is the general consensus, Pot Lady, that I hear in the business.
And with all of that,
Monique,
Netflix still went to her.
That's beautiful.
Let me ask
that's
the question after you
because
finish.
they don't care.
So now the question becomes, why is it that as black people we hold our people to a standard that the major industry ignores?
What standard is that we're holding?
Whatever you guys are saying, she's arrogant, she's this, she's blackballed, she's blackballed.
Okay,
she's
so
arrogant,
you don't think she's
she held
arrogant? We
herself
do.
Back.
So, but
Netflix
you don't think she's arrogant?
Ignored all of that stuff that black people were saying about her based on our interactions with each other, and they came to her anyway.
Are you boycotting Netflix?
Go ahead.
Are you boycotting Are you boycotting Netflix?
No, I am not.
Why not?
But my whole thing is not about why she called a boycott. I'm not even paying attention to the boycott aspect of what she said. That, to me, if you get caught up in that, then you miss, to me, what is the larger picture. The larger picture to me is, like the first question is, if Tiffany Haddish is the thing, how come you didn't come at her? Norm answered that. And then you mean to tell me if the extreme opposite ends of what we have in black female comedians is Tiffany Haddish first at whatever $1 million, all the way down to Monique at $500,000, then we have a problem with cultivating and promoting female comedians, because we should be able to rattle off the same number of female comedians that have Netflix deals as we can rattle off the men, and we can't. So to me, therein lies a problem that her protest has brought attention to, and that is, where are our female comedians?
Chelsea Handler, Tig Notaro, Margaret Cho, Kate Michucci, Whitney Cummings, Amy Poehler, Goldie Hawn, Bridget Everett.
First of all, you're naming you're mixing in white women, and Goldie Hawn is old as you and I. You might have put her with Whoopi.
Still, the
and how many of them?
Sasheer
And how many
you didn't say black females. You didn't say that. You didn't say that. You just said female comedians.
Where are all the other? Okay,
Sasheer Zamata.
Where are the? When I'm talking about, excuse me, when I say female comedians, that's because the comedians that the young lady rattled off were black males.
Right.
And the questions I asked before were black males. Okay. Where are the black female comedians? And I think I also prefaced, Norm, I said we go from Tiffany Haddish all the way down to Monique. So I use two black women as the parameters. I want to know, where are the middle pieces? And what do we have to do to motivate and cultivate more black female comedians?
Here's the sub.
Anytime Saturday Night Live has never had a black female host. They didn't even have Whoopi Goldberg.
Here's the sub answer to your question. I'm going to be honest with this. There's a lot of black. I had an interview with Samore, right? So I interviewed Samore. So a lot of people, they either know her or she don't, whatever. A lot of times, black female comedians, they do want more money. So if they have a choice of going to Comedy Central, Netflix, HBO,
for what, exposure?
Or Showtime, right, they're going to go to the one they're going to feel as though they're going to get more exposure. They're going to go to the one they're going to feel as though they get more money. Netflix is known not to pay out, period, more than these other networks that I just named. They're known for that across the board. They still are growing. Netflix is dealing with some financial issues. There's a lot of inner workings that a lot of people don't understand in the business. So a lot of people would rather go to, you know what, I'd rather do my comedy show with Comedy Central, or I'd rather do it with Showtime, or I'd rather do it with HBO. So that's a choice. That's a choice right there, because Samore is dope. She's a great female comedian. I'm quite sure her agent, and I ain't putting her business out there, is looking to get her own Showtime special or HBO special before they would go to Netflix. Not to saying that she's opposed to doing something with Netflix, but the pay is different. They're going to go where the better pay is and the better situation is. And you get constant
So how are black
residuals.
female comedians doing with Showtime? How are they doing with HBO? What do our numbers look like on those networks?
Well, we got to look. I'm not instantly going to pull up stats right now on that, but we'll come back. We'll do a part.
We will
do a part
pull
2.
stats.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Yeah, we'll do
That's
a
the
part
show.
2 on that. But there's been a lot of black comedians I have seen on Comedy
But would
Central.
you say, as compared to male comedians, do our numbers of female comedians pale in comparison?
And then here's the second part of that equation too, Kwame. A lot of times we're blaming the network practices for these things. Sometimes you got to look at the comedian's representation too of why we don't see more, and the negotiating power of their agents, managers, PR people, the whole nine. So a lot of times it's their association to certain companies they're signing with why they're not getting the good deals or why we not seeing more of them on these networks. So there's other
So now, what is
factors in these equations.
what is our responsibility to make that change? I know a lot of people when they start out with black management, right? Are we saying, listen, if you want to make the money, you got to get rid of black people, you got to go get you some white folks? Is that what we're saying? Are there some things that we need to be doing as a community? Like I said, I wouldn't be talking about this female community thing if it wasn't for Monique. So I'm glad about it because to me, being a numbers person and looking from the outside in different angles, I see a problem. I see that there's a gap that needs to be filled. And so now what can we do to get that gap filled? We need to be cultivating some more talent.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this live on the air in front of everybody. BKS1 Radio, BKS1 Radio is not opposed to some Jewish or white representation. I'm just telling you that right now. We're not opposed to it.
We shouldn't be opposed to it. We shouldn't be opposed to it, but I do think we also have an issue where we have to be careful that we don't begin the white folks water is weather mentality too. We need to be cultivating better management. What do we do to be able to cultivate our people who want to be in front of the microphone and behind the microphone to make sure that we're well represented?
So I want to follow up a question that you said.
Yeah, and because we went well over time.
Okay, just one last question.
Oh, sorry.
You were not aware of this gender inequality before this issue with Monique. Clarify what you said.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Guess what I'm saying? Because I don't. First of all, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm more of a intellectual comic. I like comedians who can get at me with intellectual stuff that makes me laugh. Okay, I really don't care for the sexual comedy. I don't really care for that stuff, right? So basically, the female comedians that I do know of, their type of comedy doesn't do it for me. So I'm not really tuned in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tuned in to that world.
So
because what I do remember, it doesn't do anything for me, so I don't listen to it.
So therefore, those particular female comics you don't support because you're not into their form of comedy, right?
I don't even want to say that I don't support.
But you don't
those
watch
particular
them.
female. I don't really do comedy like that in general.
Okay, so
I don't.
Okay, so I'm just saying you were not aware that there was this inequality in the comedian field before Monique brought it to your attention. That's my only question.
No.
That's my point. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
Because it wasn't something that I was studying.
All right.
No.
And look,
it wasn't something I was paying attention to.
We definitely want to thank you for your commentary. You already know, Pie Lady. Want to thank you.
The fifth host of the Man Cave Morning Show.
Thank
now,
you.
whoa. Wait. I got to blow kisses to my woo.
Whoa. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I love you.
Yo, you
this
see
is how
that
we
love
do.
right there?
Oh.
We're intense.
They really just went polarized, and now look at this. Davo.
No.
Oh,
because
that's that woo.
Because she yells at me off
Listen, you know how you got to do. You got to go hard with it, brother, and you got to come back and be hard.
Pie Lady yells at me off the air. You just got a little bit of piece of my life.
We can agree. We can agree to disagree.
This is what we do.
Yes,
this is what we do.
Yes, thanks for calling in. And
thank you, Norm, as always.
Yes,
I love you.
Yes, I love you. Take care.
Oh, you guys do. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. Let's read some comments and then we out.
Yeah,
thank you, Jen. I'm sorry about that.
Miss Journal was like, Monique is being selfish. There's plenty of women comedians on Netflix. She's mad because she didn't get the money she wants. Okay, keep it moving. Not call for a ban on Netflix. We already know the industry is jacked up, so it's nothing to do. Take the money and respectfully decline. To me, she's just trying to be relevant again with her outrage. I'm just saying.
Hey, clap, yo! I applaud that.
Yeah, and then
yes, baby, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
Don't get me in trouble
Say that.
with Q, please.
Julius like, sounds like Netflix was giving her a shot to get her name out there again.
Yes.
And Audrey was like, and she declined, Julius, so she'll be alright. Danielle says, love the dialogue, it's all love. Julius
Thank you,
like,
Dr.
Norm,
D.
forget the time. Keep going. January 23rd, topic of the year.
No doubt.
You see, Pie Lady, she's about to go bake. Hello?
Yes. We gonna need some of them pies, Pie Lady.
Yo, you owe me 3 bean pies, sis.
Yeah, and Ty was just like, what black female comedians are we talking about? I can only think of 2 or 3, and they don't seem to be doing much right now.
Another show.
Listen, and my thing is,
give some more special though.
The people who have paved the way, if they see girls on their hustle, black women on their hustle, they're gonna take them under the wing and promote them. They're not promoting anyone either, so I don't think anyone wants it that bad. Like, I didn't get to say it when Pilot was on the phone, but I'm saying, like, if there are black comedians that are upcut, look at Tiffany Haddish, she's working hard, they're taking her under her wing. If there were other people working hard, trying to be a comedian, they're gonna recognize real. Okay, they're gonna take it. They're gonna promote them. Be like, check out my girl. She doing the damn thing. Like,
and we love you, Pie Lady. But look, how many of y'all on this panel had a problem when Wu asked the question, "Are you boycotting Netflix?" and she said no.
Isn't that the main issue? You're not boycotting. What you riding for?
Come on now. See. That's gonna be a whole nother topic.
Just hit this button one more time.
Come on, man.
And again.
And on that note,
Q, bring my pies before you yell at me. Bring my pies first.
We will
but
see
we love you, though.
tomorrow on the Man Cave Morning Show. and again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. And remember, look, if you would like to advertise your business, product, event, or service, email us for low rates at mcms at bks1radio.com. That's mcms at bks1radio.com. And please put ad rates in the subject line of your email. All right. Yes, we got you.
Support black business.
Yes. Very low rates. Also
artists of any music genre, if you would like to get your music exposure live on the show for the Hot or Not segment, listen, we planned on bringing on the segment. We didn't really start off with it, but listen, we coming hard now. So send your music MP3s to mcms at bks1radio.com.
Yes. We want to know if you're hot or not. All right. Also,
if you would like to be a guest on the Man Cave Morning Show, send your request to mcms at bks1radio.com.
Yes.
Bang.
Yes, and ladies, I think you're supposed to read this. Yeah, because I don't feel right reading it.
Yeah, ladies, if you have a question you would like to ask the men about relationships or whatever, email me at Yolande at bks1radio.com. That's YOLANDE. Hashtag we want to know.
We want to know. And we want to thank everybody for joining us today live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on Periscope, live on Ustream, live on Facebook. Listening to us live on that TuneIn app. Download that TuneIn app, because after we finish our show, we got some great DJs. They go into the 24-hour music, all types of classic, new music, this, that. Trust me, download that music app, or you can listen to the 24-hour music play live on WBKS1.com, the mother's site. We are here for y'all. 2018 is the takeover, baby. BKS1 Radio, the brand new BKS1 Radio. And we out of here.
Bang, bang.
Nice. One love.
All right.
Holla.
Yo, it's classic. Yeah.
Yo, I'm about to get raunchy.
You cut off Mavis, man.
Did you really?
Did you really cut off Mavis? Cut Mavis back on, son. You see these millennials? You see what I got to deal with here? See this?
Man King Morning Show should be 3 hours. Great topic. Basically is.
CP time.